atop.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Some conservative Republicans are not happy with the way Congress has handled the latest federal government funding crisis, and neither is President Biden.
Hours after signing a bill that averted a government shutdown, the president expressed frustration with the near miss.
It's time to end governing by crisis.
He called out Republicans for not honoring their word on a budget agreement, which he said led to a manufactured crisis.
I'm sick and tired of the brinksmanship, and so are the American people.
The short-term spending bill approved by Congress will fund the government through mid-November. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Describing the case against him as a sham, former President Trump says he'll be in court today to fight for his name and reputation. Mr. Trump planning to sit in on the start of a civil trial in New York. It's in a lawsuit that's already resulted in a judge ruling that he committed fraud in his business dealings, a ruling that the Trump legal team wasted no time appealing. Amid burgeoning war fatigue on the part of the West, some of Europe's top diplomats have gathered in Kiev in a show of support for Ukraine's fight against Russia.
The foreign ministers from the EU's 27 member countries have converged on the Ukrainian capital for an unannounced informal meeting that officials say would review the bloc's support for Ukraine and discuss President Vladimir Zelensky's proposed peace formula. The US, the EU and the UK have provided massive support to Ukraine, enabling it to stand up to the Kremlin's attack. But uncertainty has set in over how long Kiev's allies will keep sending it billions of dollars. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Their work contributed to development of the COVID vaccines, and for that, two researchers will share this year's Nobel Prize in Medicine. Wall Street Dow futures down 76 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest-rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
A domestic political squabble in Germany has sparked a dispute with Italy over German state funding of migrant rescue charities in the Mediterranean.
The public disagreement between Rome and Berlin over migrant sea rescue missions started just over a week ago when Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni wrote a strongly worded letter to German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in which she criticised German state funding of humanitarian NGOs that rescue migrants in the Mediterranean and bring them to safety in Italy. Now, amid an increasingly fractious political debate within Germany over migration, leading German opposition conservatives have taken up Rome's complaint, accusing their own government of using taxpayers' money to, as they put it, help traffickers smuggle people into Europe.
The BBC's Damien McGuinness. Malaysia's government says there is enough rice in the marketplace despite panic buying that led to empty store shelves nationwide. Townhall.com. Britain's Treasury chief announcing a hike in the UK's national minimum wage.
Jeremy Hunt says the hourly rate for workers 23 or older will rise in April of next year from £10.42 or $12.70 to at least £11, about $13.40. Hunt says that means a pay raise for more than 2 million workers. The announcement comes as the Conservatives try to persuade voters they are on the side of those who are struggling financially. But Hunt has ruled out tax cuts, saying they would fuel inflation.
Correspondent Jeremy House. They're battening down the hatches on Taiwan as Typhoon Jenny, known abroad as Koinu, approaches the island. Forecasters say the storm is expanding in size, expected to make landfall in Taiwan by Thursday morning. The typhoon packing winds of 89 miles per hour, gusting up to 112. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Fair Week, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Monday. Kids
what
are
weekend?
Off. Yeah.
Yes. Fair Day 2023. Enjoy your day off, kids. I don't know what you did to deserve it, but enjoy your day off, kids.
We got quite a bit of rain on Saturday.
It was
that storm was
that was nice.
That was loud.
I wasn't even here. I was in Artesia, but when it came to Artesia,
yeah.
Oh, that was a light show, man. It was nice.
Oh yeah, it was loud.
Loud.
And we got rain.
We got rain. It sounded almost like we got some hail, but I didn't see any remnants thereof.
I didn't go outside to look.
I wasn't going out into that hellscape.
I didn't go check. But I remember at one point I went into the bathroom, and in our house we have those skylights in the bathroom.
Right.
So you can really hear and see when those...
It's from the real...
Yeah. And so I was in there, and you could... I'd get the flash of light from the lightning, and I'd just go... Two of them.
You always hear me does the count. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. Now, here's a question. Do you, at nighttime, do you bathroom in the dark?
Yes.
To not lose the sleep?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I will like feel my way around in the darkness because if I turn the light on, I lose the sleep.
Well, we do have a night light set up in our bathroom.
Sure.
So I can kind of see. So I can see shadows, and because I have cats like you to worry about that like to get in your feet when you're trying to go anywhere, especially at a rapid pace at 2 a.m. But yes, I do leave the lights off.
My cat does this thing where if any one door in the house is completely closed, he will, at 2 a.m, the only way I can describe it is meowl. M-E-O-W-L. Meowl. He will walk through the house going, meow, because he doesn't have access to like every section of his house. If he doesn't have access to every section of his house, he gets upset at 2 a.m, and I'm supposed to do something about it.
That is a problem.
Yeah, when you have kids that want privacy, it's a real problem.
But happy Fair Week. And yeah, we did. It was quite a storm, and actually,
don't say it. Just
today,
don't say it, man.
Today is a good day of rain. Day rain, but it's not all a wash because I'm looking at the week.
It's just, did you get the text yesterday about how all things we thought were watertight were not in fact watertight?
No.
Oh, so the trailer apparently is not watertight as we thought it was. Yeah.
No, I didn't catch all that.
Which of course means we'll be out broadcasting live at this year's Eastern New Mexico State Fair, and we'll be breaking down our equipment every single night. Just know, folks, we're doing this for you.
No, I didn't catch that email. So. But yes, but looking at today's gonna be a wet day. There's like a 70% chance of rain today.
It's all to tamp down that dust. It's not dusty at the fair this year.
And tonight's like a 60% chance.
Shut up.
But Tuesday, sunny 88.
Okay.
Wednesday, sunny and 83.
All right.
Only a 20% on Thursday. Otherwise, sunny and 78.
Okay.
Friday, sunny and 78. Saturday, sunny and 76.
Okay.
So if we get through today,
it's
the rest of the week's probably going to be all right.
All right.
It's just today.
We got to get through the slog of today.
Yeah.
It's going to be moist.
Yeah. Today's the day that we're probably going to get wet.
Just plan ahead.
But I think the rest of the week, with the exception of maybe Thursday there, we're probably going to be dry for most of the week here, I think. So, good news. So, we can get through today.
Mm-hmm.
Wear your rain slickers. Gordon's fisherman out gear.
And I would argue that it's actually a better way to start the fair. Think about it. You're going to be out on the parade ground, on the parade route. It's going to be like, nice and cool.
Yeah.
Little breeze blowing. Maybe even a couple of sprinkles on you to cool you down.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Grab a hoodie.
Frolic in the rain at the fair.
This is almost the doorway into fall time that we've been waiting for.
Yes, it's finally fall. 70s. Hunk of the week. Our high will be upper 70s.
Nice.
See? Just happy. Get through the day, enjoy the rain, kick your feet off, watch the parade, get splash in the puddle, and then a fair week of weather all week long.
Indeed.
See? Half full.
There you go. I like it. Line up early at the fairground, at the parade route, because it will fill up fast. It always does. Especially right there in the main downtown quadrant where like the judging happens at Pioneer Plaza up to like McDonald's. That area gets really congested. So,
the fair will get underway 10 o'clock this morning. And the fair parade route is on North Main and it heads south. It starts right around College in North Main and will head south to Summit in South Main, which is currently the Ashley Home Store. For many of us longtime residents, it was the Sears store there. That's that. So if you line up anywhere on Main Street between College and Summit on the south end, you'll get you a good spot. But like Sean was saying, the judging is going to be right in front of the courthouse lawn. So if there is a performance,
a sweet spot
that's associated with the float, that's where that will be right downtown. So like Sean said, if you want to see that stuff, you're going to want to get as close to the area of Main Street around the courthouse as possible.
I'm going to tell you this. I've been a part of many of the fair parades in many different capacities, both as a marcher in the Roswell High Band when I was in high school and as a writer, as a DJ throughout my career. I'm going to tell you this. Line up early in the parade. You will get their best. If you really want to see the bands, line up after the Lettingham building, like right around the planetarium. That's when the bands join the parade, and that's when they are at their best. After you have glide stepped almost 2 miles, once you get to where the Family Dollar is and the drugstore, you're wiped.
You're tired.
I mean, you're there, but you're phoning it in. So if you want a prime performance, line up early in the parade.
There you go.
You get it there late, people are just like, all right, let's get this over with. We're almost there. That's the mindset. As soon as you get to that point, you're like, we're almost there. We're almost there. It's almost over. The only saving grace for the marchers, and for all the bands out there, this is my salute to you. I feel your pain. The only saving grace is it's mostly downhill.
That's true. That is going, that for the most part, is you're down. If you went the other way, it's more up.
We don't go the other way. Sorry, you don't glide step uphill. I don't glide step uphill. They don't pay me enough.
I don't glide step at all. I don't glide.
It's great for your calves. It's the only reason I have fantastic calves is because I was a marcher.
Well, so was I a little bit.
Yeah, you were.
So I have shin splints. But it is officially the start of the fair this week. If you have any questions about anything, you can always go to the Eastern New Mexico State Fair's actually Facebook and website.
Yep.
The website is enmsf.com, which is the initials for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Right.
However, like and follow the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Facebook page because if rain impacts any concerts, events, scheduled events, and they need to reschedule, move, or cancel those things, the first place they announce that type of thing is on the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Facebook page.
That's right.
that's where we DJ steal it from when we tell everybody on the radio about stuff. So you can
skip
get
a
in
step
on that information right there and just like and follow. Particularly if you're going to go out that day, check in there and just make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Don't forget Ride 'em Cowboy Days tomorrow with the everybody 2 and up pays $25 to get in, and you get unlimited ride armband to ride all the rides and stuff that is included in your admission fare price, so you save a little money there, especially if you got a bunch of family members that want to ride rides and stuff. Tomorrow's going to be your day to save a little coinage on that one.
Yep.
Wednesday, Senior Day. Seniors 55 and up get in free, and they'll have special events for seniors on Senior Day Wednesday.
I read that wrong. I thought it was Senior Day. I grabbed a bunch of my Hispanic friends. Hey, Senior. What are the fair?
Padres. And then, of course, concert schedule, rodeo Friday and Saturday, the Ranch Rodeo, the Junior Livestock Auction Saturday morning, and, of course, all the livestock shows, which we will be covering on our website, ksvptv.com. So tell your out-of-town friends and family they can watch the livestock shows at this year's fair right there in the Fair Channel. And, of course, get out there and root the kids on. So,
got to say a big thanks to all the Roswell folks, the local folk who joined us in Artesia in Red Dirt Black Gold Country on Saturday.
How'd that go on Saturday?
It was a packed Main Street area there at the plaza. There was standing room only at one point. We had little section for the dance floor, but even that got moved to the sides just to make room for more people. It was quite the packed house, and great performances. Big thanks to Two of a Kind, Justin Kemp Band, Sonny Sweeney, and of course Randy Rogers Band. Randy Rogers Band, that's a class act, man. Randy Rogers is one of those. He's been performing for upwards of 3 decades. And they're so down to earth. I mean, their tour manager actually he's one of the few people that came up, shook my hand, and was like, "Hey, we really appreciate you having us here," and introduced me to Randy, and we, kind of had the whole backstage experience. So it was really just nice to kind of rub elbows with legends for a second.
Nice, that's cool.
But big thanks to everybody for coming out and making that a big success.
Good deal. Well, if that didn't scratch your entertainment itch, you got a whole nother week of fair.
That's right.
Too, so. Well, that's cool.
And we'll be out broadcasting live 5:30 to 8 p.m. all week long, Monday through Friday for the fair.
Yes, see that.
Much to my chagrin.
So, yeah, we'll be out there all week. Let me give you the rundown. I haven't talked about today's show. We're going to replay our interview with Sheriff Mike Harrington and Sergeant Isaac Nava. They joined us Friday to talk a little fair and talk Sheriff's Department. So we'll play that for you here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk Roswell Flute Ensemble. Ricardo Valenzuela going to join us and tell us a little about the flute ensemble and invite more folks to be a part of it. Nice. So that's in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview. We had Pastor Jerry Acosta and Kayla Acosta with Grace Community Church talking about Family Fest coming up in October. Now they're looking for sponsors and volunteers and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to play that interview for you. And, of course, want to invite people out to the event. So we'll play that interview about 9:15 this morning.
We're in that Halloween panic mode season. It's still several weeks away, but everybody's like, we have to make it. We have to get our costume now.
Yeah. Halloween's an important thing.
But I'm such a procrastinator. I know I'm just going to go as whatever I can find on the rack.
Well, to be honest,
I'm going as Raggedy Andy.
I don't think of Halloween as Halloween. Ever since I've been married, it's my wife's birthday. So my priorities go there. I don't have kids. I don't care about costumes and Halloween.
Sure.
I do make sure happy wife, happy life. So that's my priority.
Do you ever just give her a few? This is what you should do. One of these years, maybe not
she's
this
off
year.
Just worrying.
I know. That's why I'm saying maybe not this year. You need to plan ahead so that maybe she's not expecting it. Give her some jump scares for her birthday.
Jump scares?
Yes, it's Halloween. Who doesn't like a good jump scare on Halloween?
Probably my wife.
Hiding in the shower when she gets up in the morning. She pulls the curtain. You're like, "Good morning, honey." Ah! Happy birthday. And then you ease, and then you fade into the shadows.
That's why he's single.
Ladies, I give a good jump scare.
And that's why he's not married.
Well, that's not exactly why. I just like to have a good time. That's all that is.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'll keep working.
Fair enough.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, fine. Just make her smile, then do nice things for her, I guess, if that's what it takes.
I'll keep working. It is 7:20. You're as excited about hearing the weather as I am, so let's get her done. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have low pressure and some moist air moving into the desert southwest, so we could get some showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those thunderstorms might be severe with hail and damaging wind and maybe some heavy rainfall. Today's high about 80 with that cloud cover. Showers and thunderstorms expected overnight down to the low 60s. Then on Tuesday, things get a little bit nicer. Mix of sunshine and clouds and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 69 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 81%. Winds calm at the moment. So, yeah, as Steve was mentioning and we were talking about a little earlier, today's rain day. We're going to get rain. Pretty good chance, anyway. 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They say mainly after 9 a.m. today. They do say some of these storms could be severe. Mostly cloudy today and a high of 79 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They're saying expect between a quarter and a half inch of rain possible today. Tonight, 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They say mainly before 9 p.m. They say some storms could be severe, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 61 degrees and south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Less than a tenth of an inch expected this evening unless we do get a thunderstorm rolling through the area. Tuesday, things get a little nicer. Sunny, high of 88 on Tuesday with southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 57 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, high of 83. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. There is a 20% chance of showers Wednesday night, partly cloudy and 57. Otherwise, 20% chance of rain on Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 78. 20% chance of rain Thursday evening, partly cloudy, overnight low of 56. Friday, sunny, 78. Saturday, sunny and 76. And Sunday, sunny and 79. So other than today and maybe that chance of rain Wednesday night, Thursday, I think we're going to be all right for the fair. It's going to be a nice, pleasant week of fair weather. All right, it is 7:22, 4-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview with Sheriff Mike Harrington and Sergeant Isaac Nava. That's up on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good big October run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, young, middle-aged pairs of bred cows. We expect to sell 2,300 head. Break it down like this: 200, 250 weighing cows and bulls, 300, 350 pairs of bred cows, 1,700, 1,750 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 17 Holstein weigh cows off one dairy, also 90 Holstein and black Holstein cross yearlings off the same dairy, 50 to 60 cow-calf pairs to include 23 pairs from the Buckhorn Ranch, TRC, New Mexico, ex-quality black white-faced cows with Angus calves, 4 to 9 years old, 83 bred cows, Ken Smith Ranch, Hobbs, New Mexico, ex-quality 1/8, 1/4 ear crossbred cows bred to Vermilion Angus bulls, 3 to 7 years old, 66 bred heifers, D Square Ranch, Corona, New Mexico, ex-quality black and red Angus crossbred heifers bred to low birth weight Angus bulls, 44 calves, Mr. Larry Wagner, Tail Wag, right here at Roswell, New Mexico. Ex-quality black Angus crossbred calves, Bovishield Gold 7-weight branded, 400, 600 pounds. 71 yearlings, Billy Bird here west of Roswell. Ex-quality black white-face, red white-face English crossbred yearlings, medium condition, right off of grass, 700, 900 pounds. 135 yearlings, RS Cattle Company, Belen, New Mexico. Good quality crossbred yearlings right off grass, 600, 750 pounds. 65 steer calves, Mr. Kim Chesser here southwest of Roswell. Excellent quality black Angus cross calves, 2 rounds of shots, 400, 600 pounds. 104 calves, Triple R Cattle Company, Jow, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Brangus cross calves, Bovishield Gold 7-weight branding, 400, 550 pounds. 78 calves, Miss Lillian Gonzalez, Pastura, New Mexico. Ex-quality black Angus cross calves, shots at Brandon, 375, 550 pounds, 53 calves, Mr. Calvin Brown, Cedarvale, New Mexico. Ex-quality English crossbred calves, medium condition, 350, 450 pounds, and 91 calves, Monument Cattle Company, Payo, Texas. Good quality, mostly black cross calves, 350, 500 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sell pairs of bred cows 10:30 to 11. Be selling calves and yearlings around 1 p.m. We expect to sell 2,300 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name
And good morning. It is 8:33, and joining us in studio this morning.
The area, we're Roswell Appliance Outlet. We sell new minor scratch and dent appliances, and we'll help you save 40 to 60% off of MSRP. All come with warranty and personalized service. We also offer parts and service for your existing household appliances. We offer financing and delivery options as well. Don't make that big box store mistake. Come see us at Roswell Appliance Outlet today at 600 South Main in Roswell, or call 575-363-9236.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by visiting our website, nationalguard.com/NM.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 8:33, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Mike Harrington back with us. Also, we have with us Sergeant Isaac Nava as well. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
How y'all doing today?
We're doing good, and
fantastic.
We thank you for having us again this morning.
Anytime, all the time. Love to have you guys.
Yeah, this is an important time to be on the radio. We
busy
have
weeks coming up. A lot going on.
We have so much coming up this next week. Actually, this weekend, the carnival already starts tonight.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully
that's going to be
rain works with us here a little bit on this.
Yeah, we don't get any rain until we get something scheduled.
I'll tell you, the fair is a big rain magnet.
Yeah,
it just is.
It is, really is.
Yeah, over the last several years, it's come. Before you know it, it's right on top of it.
Right
exactly.
On, but the people don't leave. That's unless there's lightning, they shut them down, but they still wander around in there. So
there's fair foods and everything. There's things to do while it's raining.
Commercial building, so everybody finds their way to the commercial building and does things. So
maybe as sheriff, you can help this out. Maybe we can no longer live in a desert if we just schedule a fair for every week.
Every week, yeah. I'll tell you that.
We live in a rainforest.
Yeah,
we'll be getting some good rain at that point in time.
That's right.
Or we just have sun out and lightning. That just stops everything too.
That does too. Yeah, that does too.
So we'll be busy doing that this coming week, and we've got, like I said, a lot of things going on. I will have 10 deputies out at the fair, and the Roswell Police Department will be there. The Mounted Patrol will be there, as well as the fire department.
There will be plenty of people for you to turn to if you need assistance at anywhere from your sheriff's department to the other law enforcement to the fair officials and folks too. They're going to be. I know. Every year, it rains every year at the fair. You know what else also happens every year at the fair? A child gets lost.
That's right.
That's a guarantee. You can set your watch to it every time.
And they have some good things in place for that. So now, once a child is... Now, there's a difference between a child and a teenager who was dropped off and the parent can't get him to come to the gate.
Oh, yeah, that's a different...
There's a different thing. So, the parent shows up saying, hey, I need my son out here or daughter out here, and they're in there and they are not coming out, man. You got to go in and actually grab them and get them out of there.
Can't look good when the sheriff's department has to bring your kid out.
Right. But it happens.
They walk them all the way out. Hey, your mom's looking for you. Get in the car.
That's right. But we do have to do that sometimes. But for the actual missing child, everything is locked down immediately.
Yes.
And there is a good protocol in place for that, and like I said, everybody's aware of what that is.
I've been saying it all week when I have the fair folks in. They'll be in the next hour or two to talk, but I'll say it with you guys too, because the best tip I can give folks is, especially if you got the kids and everything, if you need to do it to your husband too, so be it. But take a picture of your child with your phone in the clothing they're wearing at the fair. Yep. So if they're there at the fair wearing their Iron Man T-shirt or shorts or whatever, take that picture. Yeah. So if the child gets lost, they're not just looking for brown hair and blue eyes or whatever. They're looking for a kid in an Iron Man T-shirt.
Yeah, especially as a parent, I could tell you, if you ask me, what is your kid wearing this morning? Well, I'm probably going to refer to one of the things that he wore earlier this week.
Exactly. So that way you have the picture. You can show it. They can see a real-time photo of what this child looks like. They can share it to all the people involved in the search. And when that happens, usually they find the child within like 5 minutes. It's pretty quick.
When I take my grandkids to different places, that are amusement parks, I get them all the bright green or bright pink shirts. Bright orange, actually.
Something sticks out. Yeah.
Something that sticks out, because then I can see them across the park, because everybody blends in. It's hard to see, and especially children who are below the crowd level. And I'm down in that area. So I know how hard that is. So we do know that that is going to be an issue, but we'll be ready for it. Like I said, we're out there to.
It's really a well-oiled machine when this happens.
It really is.
Between
so
your law enforcement and the staff at the fairgrounds, they coordinate to make sure it's an all-hands-on-deck scenario.
Anytime there's a kid or anybody. And, we have days where we have some of the older people out there who have the same issues that get separated from the groups. And but we're ready for whatever comes on. And like I said, our main goal when we're out there is, one, I will have the first booth when you walk into the commercial building. That's going to be set up. I will have staff there giving out trinkets, but also answering any questions, talking to people. We'll have people at the front gate when you first walk in. That's where we're at, so everyone knows we're there. You'll see our big command post. You'll see our SWAT vehicle or MRAP over on the other side. And so we're going to be in full view, but the main goal for us at the fair is to visit with people. And then if there's a problem, we're going to deal with that, but that's just common knowledge. Everyone knows we're there as peacekeepers, but more importantly, we're there to gain some friendships and some other things with our
I would
community.
even say directory assistance, because your sheriff's deputies are there the whole time, and they eat, they drink, they too. So if you're like, hey, who's got the best funnel cake? Who's got the best workout? What do I? Turkey legs.
You can ask me.
Ask any or law enforcement. I'd be like, turkey legs right over there.
Turkey legs right there. While we're holding one. What?
Exactly. But if you have questions, it doesn't have to be security related. You're just like, hey, where's the Ferris wheel? Whatever.
So I encourage also the parents to come up with their kids and say hi to us.
Come and talk.
That's exactly right. I like kids coming up and saying hi, that they can see a friendly face. That
point at all the stuff on your jacket.
That's
say, what's
exactly
that thing
right.
And what's that do?
They're always asking, what is this or what is that? And we don't mind sharing. It's just showing the flashlight. And
we'll have candy. We're gonna have candy. We're gonna have some stuff out there. So we're still doing our candy drive.
Need more candy.
We need more candy. Yes. Believe me, we have 8 events that we're going to be going to now. I had one added on last night. And it is so important for us to be there and to be able to participate in giving out candy, because it gets people to come to our trunk or treat area, and I'm telling you, there's nothing better than to get kids used to and familiar with coming up to the police.
Absolutely.
So
well, that's because when they're adults, now they're going to trust. This is setting that pattern and reminding folks that our law enforcement officials are there to help. That's right. What they're there for. If you have an issue or don't have an issue, and just look, they're there for you to talk to and hang out and and to get whatever you need. That's they're. And the human side of law enforcement, that is so important. And that's why fairs and events like this are so great.
That's right.
They can see that the behind the badge is just a man or a woman just like you.
And most of our deputies, like I tell you this, most of our deputies are actually parents themselves or have small kids at home and stuff. I do as well. That's why I like talking to the kids. And most of all of the deputies actually.
You're the same dad at the soccer games and everything else, just like all the other dads.
Exactly. I just don't look like it at that point in time.
Well, and so one thing that I want to do is I want to introduce to you Sergeant Isaac Nava. He Luckily for me, I hired him on whenever I first came on as the sheriff.
Okay.
And I will tell you, he has done a great job.
Were you just a patrolman at that point, or were you already experienced in law enforcement?
Nope.
So I actually came from the private sector. I actually
Okay.
came from a retail aspect of it. I had
So you came in ground level about time sheriff came
Yes.
in.
He was at
Nice.
Walmart as the
loss prevention.
Oh, the
forever
AMP or whatever they call
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, he was there. He was there forever.
Nice.
So he came into this already knowing some of the people who he's going to be dealing with doing this job. But more importantly,
what to look for.
You gain people skills when you're dealing with people, and you don't have the ability to have.
You don't have all the resources a law enforcement officer has to
exactly.
de-escalate a situation.
So talking,
but you still got to do it.
Yeah, so talking is the best way then. But he's working the night shift now, and so I'll let you talk to him and ask him any questions you want. And
well, you get the busy shift,
yes,
because that's the fun happens at night generally.
Everything happens at night. We get everything from calls from missing kids to somebody stole my car. We get all those different type of calls, and my deputies are actually out there patrolling the county, patrolling within the city as well, trying to make contact with everybody that they can to let them know, hey, we're out here. We're not in the county. We're out in the valley. We're out in Dexter, Hagerman areas, and we're in Roswell as well.
And even beyond the county line sometimes too.
Yeah.
That's like
we work good together.
I did that ride along a couple years ago, and there was an accident in I think it was Roosevelt County or something. And and guess who responded? Travis County Sheriff's Department, Roswell Fire Department. That's who was on the scene at this accident here.
Yeah, we try to work closely with the surrounding counties as well. Anytime they need assistance, we'll respond. We don't have any problem with working with them.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get that call, we're like, you guys go.
And conversely, it's the same thing. If say it's near the county line and their folks are closer than our folks, their folks are gonna help you guys out.
Yes, of course.
It's just a courtesy every law enforcement generally has with neighboring counties and so forth.
We're doing the same job. We're out there, the same streets, the same roadways. So
probably seeing the same people in some cases.
No, every day. And once we usually put out information on somebody we're looking for, all the agencies have had some sort of experience with that individual, so it's easy to locate them, and they give us information.
Sure, give you history, give you a little bit of going in knowledge kind of thing.
And we were just talking. I want to add this real quick. We were just talking about some of the homeless issues that we're dealing with, and some of the things that are going on. We're working closely with Dana in this
County Commissioner Dana.
County Commissioner Dana, but also with this program that she's got up and running to try and get more help out there for handling or dealing with the homeless. And like I said, my main thing to people is you have to be cautious when you're dealing with some of these individuals. And the reason for it is because mental illness is a serious problem right now with our homeless here in Chaves County. And a lot of people think, it was put out there that the sheriff don't want to give them any water, doesn't want to give them food, calls them feral cats. No, that's not what I was saying. What I'm telling you is that there are organizations here in Chaves County that you can give your money, your food, your clothes.
They're better equipped to go and do the outreach.
They go out and they actually go to these people and they give them things. We've seen it here in Roswell where you take out your wallet to give them $1 out of your wallet and they steal everything you got.
Yeah.
Or you walk up to somebody who does not want to be contacted by anybody and they're going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
So and this is the other thing that we know. If you're in your neighborhood, if you see somebody and you go out and you give them a sandwich or you do something or you try to do something, before you know it, you have 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in your neighborhood waiting for you to give them something.
Sure.
So it is dangerous at times to deal with individuals you know nothing about. And as big as your heart is, you can become a victim instantly. Because
it's unfortunate, but it is very true.
And because a lot of them have schizophrenia.
So the best thing you're going to do is help through these organizations.
Help through them. But schizophrenia, they don't even know you're real.
Yeah. They're dealing with mental health. And if they're treating their mental health with narcotics and other things, then that's escalated tenfold.
Yeah.
It's just a cocktail mess.
Right.
That with all your good intentions, you're unequipped to handle properly.
Well, we had a call of a man they thought was walking naked down Main Street 2 or 3 days ago. I can't remember how long it's been now. I'd been dealing with so many things. But so he's walking down Main Street. We get there, and I know him. He knows me very well. As soon as he sees me, he calls out my name. He's excited to see you. He wants to talk to you.
Familiar face.
Familiar
Little
face.
comfort there.
Yeah. So but he's wearing a pair of brown shorts that are rolled up that match the same color as him.
So he looks naked.
And
I think I saw this guy online. The picture.
Yeah. So he's there. But one of the things, and the PD showed up, and everybody showed up. But one of the things that if you have on a pair of shorts, no matter how small they are, but they're covering your private parts, you are not in decent exposure.
Yeah.
You can walk down the street in a thong.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do.
You've seen people's fashion choices.
Yeah. We've seen them. And so we have to make
not
it
illegal.
Yeah, so we have to make it very clear that if he's covered, even though it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
We cannot violate someone's rights in a sense of
the store can deny him access.
Yeah, anybody
but if
can
he's just
deny
standing
him.
in the street,
Yeah.
that's his guy. That's his right.
Yeah,
He's just enjoying the day.
He's just bathing in
you
the
can
little,
go out there and do it too if you want. They don't stop you.
Yeah, and he was bathing in the little water fountain thing at the Burger King. So he is there. But it's one thing for us is we are compassionate. We do have some things going on that as the sheriff we have to deal with. But the most important thing is we have to protect everyone.
Yeah.
So the information we put out there is one, leave them alone. Let others deal with that issue. And there's people out there that are doing things. The second thing is protect your stuff, protect your family, and make sure you don't put yourself in a position to become a victim.
It's kind of play a little defense.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
right.
mean. I remember like back in the day, they always used to say stuff about like your home, well lit and the bushes trimmed back and all. That stuff's still true.
It's true.
Those
Now-
kinds of things, making it more difficult to be. It's no different than at the holiday times when they say lock your cars up because there's people that are just checking doors to steal stuff.
Yeah, they are.
9 times out of 10, you're safe by just hitting the lock button on your car and going inside because they're just going to try it and move on.
Yeah, that's what
they're
they
looking
do.
for convenience.
They're
It's
looking
no
for the
different
easiest
at your
thing.
house.
Yeah.
If you make it a little more adversarial to go on, they're just going to move on to the next house.
Well, that's exactly right.
They're people. The criminals are people of opportunity when it comes to these kind of things. The path of least resistance. So you make it harder by just being vigilant about that stuff. Now, and this goes to the homeless. If you have a real passion and really want to help these people, do it through our organizations, through the Many Hands or the Homeless Coalition or some of the other organizations out there. Volunteer through them. Do it the right way. That where they're protected, where you have people that have relationships with some of these individuals like yourself, where you can go in there and talk to people because you have relationships with them. The Homeless Coalition, the Many Hands, these organizations like that also have those. So work through those rather than you putting yourself in a scenario like Sheriff was talking about here earlier.
95% of the time that we go out there and we deal with the homeless, we've dealt with them numerous times, and we know them on a first name basis. I mean, we don't even have to ask their name. And for the most part, we encourage our deputies to carry some water with them, so then they can just hand out water. Sometimes all it takes is just some water.
Yeah, you guys usually have a case of water in the back of every patrol vehicle just for these instances.
Exactly. And sometimes some water and snacks actually calms them down. Then we're able to work through those situations. We've been fortunate enough when the sheriff actually got us through some training that we're able to deal with these situations almost on a daily basis.
Well, and again, getting back to my ride-along night a couple of years ago, there was one of those times where we just went through, on the south end, one of these alleys and things that most people, unless you live there, you don't realize that's how Roswell is sometimes. And there's homeless just kind of leaning up against the fences in the alley looking, and then the deputies are checking on them, talking to them, just to make sure they're okay. Give them a bottle of water, just to make sure they don't need medical help because they're just kind of leaning up against fences in the alley. They look like they're passed out. You're like, are they okay? Or are they just sleeping? And so they check on them. You need water? Do you need anything? Okay, you're fine. Do you need medical? And literally, the sheriff's, you guys do that all the time. Just go down these random alleys. Just Not to break up fights or anything, but just to make sure that everyone's healthy and happy.
We just want to be seen.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, and
we want them to know we're there.
And half these guys know you guys, and so they'll come and talk to y'all. It's like, hey, what's up, Nava? What are you doing here? What are you doing, Sheriff? You know, that's kind of the relationship you guys have.
We don't see that. The public doesn't see that very much because we're dealing with them, like you said, in the alleyways, in the areas that the public doesn't normally travel. But we're out there. We're making contact with these individuals, just checking to see if they're okay, if they need any help, and we ask them, "Is there anything that you need that we can help you with?"
That's right. They constantly do that every single day, and so. But for you guys, I get it. You want to help. You want to be a part. It's that's the human thing to do.
Yeah.
But please do it through the organization. Do it through the proper channels for your protection, and at the end of the day, to really allow you to provide better service to the people that need it. I can appreciate you running around handing sandwiches there, buddy, or throwing $1 in every cup out there. Yeah. But you're not fixing the problem. You're just putting a Band-Aid on whatever addiction or whatever they're feeding at that moment.
You're causing a traffic hazard by stopping immediately to try to give them $1.
Sure.
And so there's a lot in this big circle that is really dangerous for others as well as yourself. But we understand compassion. We understand big hearts, and like I said, but there are organizations out there that will help you.
Sheriff's Department is full of it. You don't see it. You guys don't see it, but I saw it in that rally. You see it every day that the sheriff's deputies are really coming in, being and it's same with the Roswell Police Department. All of our law enforcement, state police, if they're wearing a badge, they're doing the same thing. They're in there doing this and working and really being the human side of policing. You're seeing it's going on a lot there, and it's not sexy. That's why it's not on videos on the news. But that's what's really going on.
Niceness and compassion does not make the news anymore. It's always something to stir up stuff. But one thing that I did want to bring up, and I want everybody to know in Chaves County, that right now the Roswell Animal Control Shelter is no longer taking animals or dogs or cats. No. They say that they're having a distemper breakout.
Oh, okay.
But here's the issue.
That can be a big problem there.
It is, but here's the issue. When we go to pick up dogs or cats or whatever that are causing problems in neighborhoods, there's nowhere to take them. So
I'm guessing the humane society's probably full too, huh?
We can't. No,
you can't drop them off there because it's a non-government entity. I guess.
So we have a dilemma, and so what we're telling everybody is either take care of that problem yourself, in a sense of feed them, put them in a pen, do whatever you can until
talk to one of these volunteer organizations.
Volunteer organizations. We still have our guys out if somebody's animals or their livestock or chickens or whatever are being attacked by a dog or anything like that. We'll go out and we'll dispatch that dog. We'll take care of that problem immediately.
Yeah, that's a safety issue. We're going to deal with that.
Or if a dog appears vicious. But one of the biggest problems with this issue is there has to be a way to quarantine the distemper outbreak to be able to still allow dogs that are running free in neighborhoods and stuff like that to be brought in. And we don't seem to be able to reach an agreement on that yet. So we need the people in the community.
I wonder if we have to do like an annex or something.
We've got to do something.
Maybe a quarantine facility for the sick animals and then a total separate facility for the
we got to do something. But I
know it takes money.
It doesn't sound like a big deal, but what you don't understand is how many people are dropping off dogs out in the middle of nowhere or animals out in the middle of nowhere, and we're having to go and pick them up.
Roswell and Chaves County have a huge pet overpopulation problem. It's been going on for years, and the onus is on we, the public. We do not spay or neuter our animals enough.
That's right.
That's why they're so stringent on that. And then the feral cats. You can't just turn these animals loose back in the streets when you're done.
And then
a farm.
They came up with this idea where they said, what we want to do is neuter or spade these animals, and then you take them back to where you picked them up. Well, first of all, my guys will not be dropping off anything that they picked up,
right?
Because
you wanted it gone to begin with.
But it doesn't look good for my animal control officer to pull up, get out, and pull
just dropping off your strays.
Yeah, that's not a good weekend. Thing. So there's no sense to any of that. So that's one of the things that I just want to get out there to the people right now, that it's not that we're not wanting to do this. It's that we have been told directly by the Roswell Animal Control Shelter that they will not take our animals.
Well, if you're having an issue, I'm telling you right now, reach out to Crystal Noble at the Roswell Humane Society. Call her. Talk to her. I'm sure she's very familiar. They work hand in hand with because they're right next door to each other, the animal control event. Talk to them, see what she can do, because I'm sure if she can't help you directly, she could probably, because she can touch with Paws and Claws or many of the other entities, and between the group, there should be one or two that can help make sure we find good homes for these animals, or do what
one
needs
thing
to
I
be
have
done.
seen in Facebook as well is a lot of people actually coming together and actually fostering some of these dogs or cats that they choose to either rehome or just provide
keep them for a couple months or weeks till they find their permanent home. Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So please work with these entities. Some real great. Be careful. I mean, some organizations have the heart but not the knowledge, and they tend to do it the wrong way. But I can tell you, like Humane Society, and there's a couple others out there that are very very stringent on their policies and everything too, just like animal control and everything.
Absolutely. That's important. So
absolutely. Yeah, just so we're almost out of time. Is there anything we definitely want to mention before you guys have to go do your thing?
Main thing next week, once we do, and starting today, out there at the fairgrounds, the traffic that is going through there is really funneled. And if you are just going to Artesia or still wanting to go south,
stay outside.
Stay on the outside lane. Be very cautious. Do not speed through there in any way.
Those big orange barrels don't. This ain't slalom time.
Nope,
this is time.
That's right. And it is a very it's a very stressful situation out there doing traffic control.
And people are kind of confused and they're slowing down, trying, which way am I
going? Yeah,
so there's a lot of that going on.
It is. And then we do get people who come up into the cones that didn't want to be in the cones. So now we're having to get them out of the cones, and
it'll actually get better later in the week. But these first couple days, like this weekend and Monday and Tuesday, it'll be kind of a cluster.
Yeah. During the scary situation.
But it works itself out.
During the week, once the rush hour of people going back to Artesia and then people coming back from work, that transition is done. It's not so bad. But I will tell you, the fair brings in so many people, the line never goes down. So once you get inside the gates and you're trying to find a place to park, here's what I'm going to tell everybody. Do not leave valuable items in your car, because out there is nobody. There's nobody going to be out there checking and driving around. I mean, we're going to do the best we can. But the reality of it is that is a thief's haven.
Absolutely. So lock your vehicles.
Take everything valuable.
And don't leave your phones and iPads and stuff in there.
Leave your stuff at home and then go out there. That way we're not having to deal with someone busting out your window to get to. And the things that you think are not valuable are valuable to other people. Your sunglasses.
Yeah. Even that cup of change sitting in your
radar detectors. I mean, just stuff that's in the view.
But even your sunglasses, little things like that, they're like, oh, that's a $2 pair of sunglasses. Yeah, but nowadays it's a $700 window, that you're having to replace because they wanted your sunglasses.
Right.
And so one person.
I'll just leave them on the hood.
Yeah, one person's junk is another man's treasure.
Exactly.
And So we're going to ask you to do that. And then we also ask that once you get into line, to get into the fair, that you have patience. Because there's one thing that we know about at the fair. There is no courtesy. People will walk up and act like they're talking to their friends and get in line. And next thing you know, it goes from you being 15th in line to now being 30th in line. But understand that there are policemen driving around. You can bring that to our attention, and we can deal with those things. But
you're not trying to solve them yourself, because that's going to end up badly.
Don't solve it yourself. But you're out there, eat your turkey leg, or whatever you're doing, and just have fun.
Have fun. Get out there, relax. If you're feeling overheated or stressed, go find a shady spot, sit down and chill a little bit. Maybe get you an ice cream cone and have a good time.
So we really want to emphasize that. And like I said, our main goal is make sure you're having fun. Do it. I've got some great guys that are out there working.
Yeah.
And
if you have any questions or needs, just look for the folks in uniform. They will be there to take care of whatever issues you may have.
Anything.
Or if you just want to come and say hi and shoot the bull with them. They love to do that.
And
as long as they're not busy working.
And like I said, you know the number that I'm going to have inside the fairgrounds, but that's still not the cavalry that's coming if I need them.
Absolutely.
So if things start getting too crazy, we're going to handle whatever comes our way. But we want to do it. Actually, we'd rather prefer not to do it and just have a peaceful fair.
That's what's going to happen.
And
you guys are going to be standing.
That's right.
There'll be one or two, but it's will be quick and quiet. And you guys are just there being on the corners, just helping people where they need with.
You hear my little ee on that little thing we have? The horn is crazy. Just watch out. We're going to be using that driving through the crowds. And
so build some ramps so we can get the sheriff to jump that job. Dukes of Hazzard style.
Well, thank you for having us. And
Anytime, thank you guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll see you out the fair. And stay safe. And thank you guys for what you do. We appreciate you and every single deputy and every single person that puts that badge on.
That's right. Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
All right, 9:01. You're listening to 106.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A portion of Main Street in Roswell is closing today to accommodate the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Parade. That will be going through downtown Roswell. Main Street between 19th and McGaffey Streets will be closed shortly after 9 a.m. The closure will last for a few hours. Also, Roswell Transit bus service will be stopped, resuming after the conclusion of the parade today. CARC Incorporated is hosting its semi-formal gala to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the nonprofit organization that provides services for individuals with developmental disabilities. Former New Mexico Governor Susana Martinez is the keynote speaker at the event, which is scheduled for October 5th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Walter Garrels Performing Arts and Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. Proceeds from the gala will support CARC Incorporated Gary Don Forrest Endowment. Tickets for the gala start at $50 and include dinner and live entertainment from the Carlsbad Wind Symphony. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Reports. Big blowouts for the victors on Friday night from Chavez County. That included Goddard's 57-7 win over Belen at the Wool Bowl. Dominic Ramirez, a couple of passing touchdowns for the Rockets and a rushing touchdown as well. The Rockets were up 44-0 at halftime. Ended up being 44-0. The final score, Roswell over Piedra Vista. That was played in Farmington. Roswell's now 7-0 on the season. It was only 10-0 early in the second quarter when Cy Carrasco for the Coyotes picked off a pass and returned it 53 yards for a pick-six touchdown. NMMI defeats Hope. I should say there was one game that was not a blowout, and that was NMMI winning 22-14. Gateway Christian, though, throttled Floyd 66-13. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. The time to trade up is now at Roswell Ford. Because now through the end of the month, Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And with a lot full of amazing deals, you can trade up and save big. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select new Ford models. With a job bringing home just $3.99 a week, Roswell Ford's aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even with bad credit or no credit. Check out a special edition Ford F-150 Raptor R, a 75th anniversary crew cab 4x4, a 2023 Ford Raptor Bronco, 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum Edition, and the new 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor. Now is the time to trade up. Head for Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
The Eastern New Mexico State Fair 101 It's Going to Be Fun is happening October 2nd through the 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds in Roswell. This year's fair will be open Monday and Saturday from noon to 11 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 11 p.m. Admission is $12 for adults, children 3 through 12 $8, and seniors 55 up are $8. Don't forget Wednesday is Senior Day with free admission for those 55 and older. And Ride 'em Cowboy Day is on Tuesday with $25 admission for everyone over 2. That includes a carnival armband, perfect for families and larger groups. Visit enmsf.com for more information. Paid for by Roswell Lodgers Tax.
Coming to the Liberty, Friday, October 6th. catch Jamie Richards.
Don't try to find me.
With 12 number one Texas country hits and records recorded by artists like Cody Jinks, Hal Ketchum, Kevin Fowler, Walt Wilkins, and many more. Get tickets and more info at thelibertyinc.com.
She's cold as that beer she's drinking.
Jamie Richards, Friday, October 6th at the Liberty in Roswell.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz moving ahead with plans to try to remove fellow GOP lawmaker Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker. Gaetz is upset over the short-term spending bill, averting a partial government shutdown. McCarthy struck a deal with Democrats to get the so-called continuing resolution approved, and Gaetz says that Republicans were kept in the dark until after approval. Gaetz accusing McCarthy of deceit.
The one thing Democrats, Republicans, the White House that we all have in common is that Kevin McCarthy at one point or another has lied to all of us. But if they want to keep him, then he belongs to them.
Gaetz on ABC News This Week with George Stephanopoulos. McCarthy accuses Gaetz of grandstanding. This 45-day funding bill does not include more money for Ukraine, also no additional funds for border security. Democrats growing increasingly uneasy with the Biden campaign's focus on the economy.
According to reports by Politico and Axios, some of President Biden's Democratic allies are displeased with the campaign's promotion of Bidenomics. They're concerned because most Americans have a dim view of the economy and give the president low marks. One former Biden White House staffer told Axios he never understood why you would brand an economy in your name when the economy hasn't fully recovered yet. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Making good on his previous pledge to select a black woman, California Governor Gavin Newsom has chosen LaFonza Butler to succeed Senator Dianne Feinstein, who died last week. Butler has been in charge of Emily's List, which works to get Democrat women elected to public office. Newsom's office applauding Butler as, quote, the first openly LGBTQ person to represent California in the Senate. Watching Wall Street, the Dow down 78 points, the NASDAQ trading 73 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
High-speed train travel is coming to Indonesia, with communist China playing a major role.
Nicknamed Whoosh, the bullet train can reach speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour. The Chinese-made train will connect the capital Jakarta with the city of Bandung, two of the largest metropolises in Indonesia. It will reduce the current journey of around 3 hours to just 45 minutes. The train was set to launch 4 years ago, but was delayed after ballooning costs from the pandemic and other construction issues. President Joko Widodo will inaugurate the rail service. With it, Indonesia joins a handful of countries in Asia, including Japan, China, and South Korea, to possess a high-speed rail network.
The BBC's Jay Sun Lee says the project part of Red China's so-called Belt and Road Infrastructure Initiative. Fire in a police headquarters in northeastern Egypt. Authorities say at least 38 people injured. News and analysis at townhall.com. It would seem that some authorities in Pakistan are growing increasingly desperate to stamp out a dread disease among children.
Authorities in one province turning to a very different idea to eradicate the disease, and that is prison. Legislation has been introduced that threatens to imprison parents for up to 1 month if they fail to get their kids immunized against polio. The World Health Organization says the strategy is a bit unusual and could further undermine trust in polio vaccines. Jason Walker reporting.
A church roof collapse has left at least 9 people dead in northern Mexico. Authorities say the roof gave way during a service. At least 50 people were injured. At least 24 people were thought to be trapped in the rubble. That roof came crashing down during a Sunday service. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce.
Yes, master.
Gotta come up with new and exciting ways to do it, to deuce it.
You went with I Dream of Jeannie.
I went with that was for the video, folks.
You know what's so funny? I remember as a kid, because it was on reruns all the time as a kid. And I used to watch it pretty regularly. All the Bewitched.
The Bewitched, the Dream Genie, all that.
I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, all those.
We were super into like mystical beings back in the 60s.
Yeah, there was a hot minute there, where some of the shows went that way. But I when you did that, I just was like, I haven't seen a show in so long. I wonder if you could go pop in somewhere and watch marathons.
I feel like that's going to be that's one of those that's on Freevee or Pluto TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel
there's bound to be okay.
I've got all these free channels.
Where can I watch I Dream of Jeannie?
In your dreams. in your dreams.
Where can I watch I Dream of Jeannie? Now, come on. I don't want your help, Google Assistant. I'll just type it. Sorry.
All right. By the way, while he's looking that up, I got done dirty yesterday. Dirty.
Oh, yeah?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Are we still talking about fantasy?
No, NFL.
Oh, okay.
No, fantasy. I'm that ship has sailed.
You're done.
I won my first week, and that will be the last time I ever see a fantasy football win. All my players that I drafted are out for the season. My first 4 rounds of picks, 3 of them are done for the season.
Yeah, you had a rough start, man. It's been a rough go.
I'm trying to fight to get guys like Jimmy Garoppolo on the waiver wire.
Oh, Jimmy!
I got Daniel Jones as my quarterback tonight. That bum for the Giants is my quarterback tonight because that's my best bet. I have Derek Carr as my backup. Aaron Rodgers my starter. But Derek Carr, he played yesterday, but barely. So I benched him because he was hurt.
Right.
So he only got 1 point. So I had Jimmy Garoppolo in, and he got me. No, I got Daniel Jones in. And
so how's the truth about cats and dogs treating you this season?
It's hit my butt. But
old Janine Garoppolo.
This is how I got done dirty. Okay. I pay for the NFL Sunday ticket.
Yep. Pretty penny too.
$400.
Jiminy Christmas.
For the NFL
too much money.
Sunday ticket.
Dude. Okay, you have to understand, as somebody who's a fan of a certain sport that you have to pay $50 a month to watch a program, you have got to find a way to pirate this stuff, man. Well, there are sources. You just have to do a little digging. just don't want to.
I don't want to do the things.
Is it worth $400 a year? Though?
Well, this may be the last year I pay for it.
Yeah.
Based on things I've found.
Did you get locked out again?
Well, here's the deal.
Okay.
Technically, yes, I did, but I shouldn't. So here's what happened. So with the NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube,
right?
How it works, and this wasn't like this with DirecTV. If they're showing local any games on your local TV,
right, KOAT
on Fox
or Fox, or wherever,
you cannot watch those games on the Sunday Ticket. Doesn't matter if it's your market or not. So Washington was playing Philly on as the early game on Fox yesterday, and then Dallas was going to be the late game. Since they were both on our local Fox, I could not watch them on the Sunday Ticket.
Right?
No biggie.
Sure.
Until
you're still under contract dispute.
No.
Oh,
I've got my Fox. I watched.
Okay.
I watched the game.
Okay.
The Redskins, man. The Commanders down. They rallied. They came back and tied the game 34-34. We're going to overtime. Oh, but we got to show the Dallas game. So guess what? I didn't get to see the overtime, and Washington lost in overtime. I couldn't go to Sunday Ticket and watch it because that game was blacked out because they decided to put it on my local Fox, even though I paid $400 to watch that stupid game.
Hard-earned Washingtons, people. Hard-earned Washingtons.
So I didn't get to see the end of the game.
Dang it.
And I pay money.
And you know why they
so
lost?
I could see the end of the game.
Because you weren't watching.
That's what I'm going to say.
That's exactly it.
It was me.
Uncle Jimmy upstairs like, is Mike watching? No.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
So, yeah, I was a bit salty. Now, I probably could have gone and fought through Red Zone to try to find it again, but my wife is a Cowboys fan. I wasn't going to do her dirty. I said, no, watch a game.
No. Hold on.
Well, and here's what happened.
Nothing ever happens in the first 6 minutes of the game that's worth note.
Well,
and you can always go back and find it in highlights.
To be honest, as bad as the Patriots were, I think they'd scored like 2 touchdowns. And Cowboys scored like 2 touchdowns in the time it took for the overtime, which, by the way, they showed the very end of overtime just when Washington did succeed, and then Philly just tied it up with a field goal at the end. And I was like, thank you for showing me that instead of all the other stuff. But anyway, yeah, I was a little salty. I paid a lot of money to see the end of that game, and I didn't get to because of some BS.
And that's the thing is once you bring money into it, at that point there's like an expectation.
Yeah,
that's why I love the fact that when I do have to like go around certain like restrictions. It reminds me I'm doing it every now and again. It'll be to this like climactic moment. Last night was Wrestle Dream. It was kind of a big like AEW event.
Yeah.
And it got to this really climactic moment in this one specific match that me and a buddy of mine had come over to watch. And it goes to the black screen. And I had to go through the whole process of like relogging in and getting the feedback and clearing all the ads out and getting it back up. And we missed the moment. Now granted, they went back and replayed it, so we saw it, but it was just like,
you weren't in the moment.
We missed the moment. But that's sort of like that. It sort of like makes it worth it. It's like, yeah, I missed some moments that I can find later, but I didn't pay jack diddly squat for this thing.
Right. I did. That's why
I put that money into snacks.
Timu.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
6 out of 10 times it's actually worthwhile. 6 out of 10. It's not a bad run.
50% of the time it works every time.
Not a bad number.
But yeah, so I was upset.
That stinks.
Now they play Thursday. Washington plays Thursday, so
that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Well, it's Thursday Night Football. They turn around and got to play Chicago on.
So
Thursday
wait,
Night
where are they playing? Is that on Prime?
It'll be on. It'll be on Prime.
Okay.
I think
Do
one
you
of the
have Prime?
I do.
Okay, so you'll at least be able to catch
I
that
will
game.
be able to watch it. Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember if one of the like NFL Network, do they show the games on Prime?
I think the NFL Network shows the Thursday night games, but specifically they've been relegated to Prime.
Yeah, it's Prime.
They
it's a Prime
Thursday
thing,
Night
but I couldn't
Football this
remember if NFL Network also aired them or.
I think they air them later, like either later in the night or later in the week.
Well, that's where Al Michaels now roams.
Oh yeah,
he's on Thursday Night Football. He's kind of. Problem is he's long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And so which makes it amazing. I like it better because he'll say things that other commentators don't say
Right.
because he's Al Michaels and been doing it for 50 years. What are you going to do? Shut up, Al Michaels? He's on the internet. He can say what he wants.
That's
so I kind of like it.
It's sort of like that kind of, and again, I'm not trying to bring it back to it, but JR, JR, it's like has that tenure where it's like he's going to go off on some tangents, but he's been around for a while, so let it fly. Okay. Wow, how did I forget that? John Madden passed away. I was like, what's John Madden up to lately?
Yeah, he died away a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was 2021.
It was right after the special.
Here's a guy who's not with us anymore.
Well, it was either right before. I think it was right before. Like was it 2 Christmases ago? It was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a whole a Christmas, like a big old 2-hour documentary about John Madden, and it was, but he died like right before it, like months before it was supposed to. And matter of fact, like some of the footage from the documentary is like some of the last recorded footage of him before he died.
You know what I've learned? If you're older and known for a certain thing, acting, sportscasting, you should not make a documentary about your life because it rarely works out for you. Betty White.
I'll say y'all
John
killed
Madden.
Betty White. Y'all killed Betty White.
I mean, it was
y'all been rumoring
days.
his death for years, and then you finally decide to do a big 100 and some odd birthday for her, and then she actually died. Y'all killed her.
If I make it to 99, I don't want to see a documentary of my life. I'm good. I was there.
Yeah.
I saw it. Like I seen it. I
No
don't
parties, no nothing.
I don't need to go back and
just
rewatch
another
it.
day.
No film crews because that apparently leads to my death.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems like every time you hear when they interview your what do they call them, centenarians, whatever. Whenever people get over 100, they interview them and all.
Yeah, centenarians.
Yeah. It's always the same. I drink a glass of wine a day, or I smoke a big old fat cigar every day, or they do something.
I was a pack-a-day smoker, and I love me Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, no, yours is just genetics. You lucked out. You hit the lotto.
That's right.
Well, that being said, you hit the lottery, but also most of your life is spent just going, I don't want to be here anymore. Please, God, take me now.
So I don't know. There's something to it because every one of them in the interview, I drink a fifth of liquor every day.
You have pickled yourself, sir. You might as well just jump in with some carrots and some onions because you are a pickle. Only thing keeping you going is the fermentation.
It's not the smokers, I'll tell you that.
It's not even you anymore. It's just a series of bacteria inside of you that are functioning, they're like pulling all the strings to keep you going. They're Weekend at Bernie'sing you from the inside.
That'd be fun.
That's right. Where's that movie?
That's what I want. If I die, Weekend at Bernie's me.
There you
Just
go.
drag me around to various
Throw
places.
some sunglasses on him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put a cheeseburger in front of me at some bar. Just do that. I'll be good to go. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. That would be fun. Take me on tour. I want to go hang gliding. Do my bucket list. All those things I'm scared to do, just take my body and do them. Skydiving, bungee jumping, all these things.
Just a piece of him falls off. They never really addressed decomposition in Weekend at Bernie's 2.
No. Well, it's only a weekend.
Yeah, but that was a week. That was the next weekend. So you got to feel at this point we're 2 weeks in.
I guess they figured if you could believe that they can cart a dead guy around for a whole weekend and no one realizes he's dead, then we can suspend the rigor mortis thing.
We'll keep it going for one more week. Yeah, that's the unbelievable part, that the body hasn't decomposed.
Yeah.
Not that 2 guys are taking a dead body around.
Like, what did you eat, man? You stink. All right, let me do the rundown.
The rundown.
Bernie free. Since 1980.
While you still can.
Yeah. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit. Rain today, less so much later. And then we're going to be joined here in just a few minutes by the folks from the Roswell Flute Ensemble.
Ooh.
Talk a little bit about them and their organization, and they're always looking for more members to be a part of the organization. So
Flautists.
Flautist. And then later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety and all that good stuff. So that's what we got. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have low pressure and some moist air moving into the desert southwest, so we could get some showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those thunderstorms might be severe with hail and damaging wind and maybe some heavy rainfall. Today's high about 80 with that cloud cover. Showers and thunderstorms expected overnight down to the low 60s. Then on Tuesday, things get a little bit nicer. Mix of sunshine and clouds and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 69 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 84% with winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. We are looking at a decent shot, 70% chance for rain showers today. They say some of these storms could be severe, mostly cloudy, and a high of only 79 today. That's the best news. 79 for a high today. South winds at around 15 miles per hour. They're saying expect anywhere from a quarter to a half inch of rain possible today. Tonight, we are looking at a 60% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some of these storms could be severe. They say till about 9. So that's about 9 tonight. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low is 61. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying less than a tenth of an inch expected tonight unless we get an actual thunderstorm rolling through the area. Then Tuesday turned out pretty nice. Sunny, high of 88. Winds out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 57. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 83. Winds out of the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. There is a 20% chance of rain Wednesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 57. Thursday, 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly sunny, and a high of 78. 20% chance of rain Thursday night as well, partly cloudy and 56. Sunny and 78 for your Friday, sunny and 76 for your Saturday, and sunny and 79 for Sunday. So other than today and maybe some rain chances Wednesday night, Thursday, I think we're going to have a beautiful week of fair weather. Just got to get through today. All right, it is 8:20. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we're going to have the folks from the Roswell Flute Ensemble join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. The time to trade up is now at Roswell Ford. Because now through the end of the month, Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And with a lot full of amazing deals, you can trade up and save big. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select new Ford models. With a job bringing home just $3.99 a week, Roswell Ford's aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even with bad credit or no credit. Check out a special edition Ford F-150 Raptor R, a 75th anniversary crew cab 4x4, a 2023 Ford Raptor Bronco, 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum Edition, and the new 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor. Now is the time to trade up. Head for Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
Hey, Roswell! Rides Amusements is back at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, now through October 7th. Ride the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and new this year, Zero Gravity. For the kids, lots of rides too. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Tuesday, October 3rd, it's Ride 'em Cowboy! Pay just $25 and you get in the gate, plus you get unlimited rides for the carnival. Rides Amusements, family fun for 61 years.
A night of music that'll bring you joy. Compassion presents We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with special guest Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Sunday, October 15th in Carlsbad at Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center. We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Tickets are available now at wearemessengersmusic.com.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by calling 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 8 o'clock. The things you realize seconds before you go on the radio. Good morning. It is 24 minutes after 8. And joining us in studio this morning, we have the Roswell Flute Ensemble with us, Ricardo and Brittany and Rebecca as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Hey,
how are y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Excited. Glad to be here. So I think first things first, let's probably explain. I mean, I think people can kind of figure out from the title, the Roswell Flute Ensemble. We're here in Roswell. These are people dedicated to playing the flute and doing music with that. But I imagine it's a little bit more than just an ensemble of people that play the flute. So kind of give folks a little bit of background on the flute ensemble, how I know you guys have been together for a while and everything else, but just give a little background on it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll start, Mike. And we're mostly enthusiasts from the community band. That's how we met. That's how we came to know each other. And we extended from there. And we've been playing together for, about 6 years now?
Okay.
I think 6 to 7 years, maybe
more
even more.
Probably 8 or so, yeah.
So
now, is the background just folks that maybe play flute and band in school, or is it you get folks that are maybe performing as flautists in say the RSO or other places? What's kind of the makeup of your members?
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have any. We're the only 3.
You are the flautists. You're the crew.
Flautists of the Roswell Flute Ensemble.
Gotcha.
We've grown and shrunk over the years.
But you're the core.
It started It started with Ricardo and I think a couple other people when it first started, and then shortly after, then I joined, and we got up to 5 or 6 of us at one time.
Okay.
Which was nice because then we could play, the different kinds of flutes. Ricardo
more flutes, more
variety,
more ability to do things.
And then Rebecca joined then 2018.
Okay.
So, and then we've had, some people have come and gone, but it's just kind of us core. So,
good deal.
As far as background, I mean, none of us are professional flute players.
Just enthusiasts and love to play the flute.
Enthusiasts, who have other jobs so we just do this in our free time.
Sure, do it for fun. Yeah, because I would always, I always seem to catch you guys, and it always seemed to line up that way. Was the Roswell Christmas Railway? It always seemed to be the day I went was the day you guys are. It's just dumb luck. Every time I'm like, the flute ensemble, and they'd be in the tent there or whatever, doing an amazing performance and everything else. So I weirdly in my head, I associate you guys with Christmas all the time. And I know it's way more than that, but when I think of the flute ensemble, I'm like Christmas for some reason. It just kind of.
Oh yeah, we love to do the Christmas Railroad every year. That's always a fun time. We do at least 2 or 3 nights sometimes if we can. And I mean, we'll do anything.
Sure.
Quite honestly,
you're just looking for places to
we're just looking
showcase
for places
and
to play. Yeah,
and obviously looking for other flautists or flute enthusiasts. I don't know, is flautist I guess would be the technical term here.
Flautist, yes,
looking for other folks that love playing the flute. Maybe you do it by yourself at your home when when you got free time and you're like and you want to say, hey, I'd love to do this with other people that love. The Roswell Flute Ensemble is looking for you and looking for new members who get to a point where, maybe you got like 10, 12, a whole orchestra's worth of flute players that are sitting there doing various flute pieces. Now I'm curious, like, is it strictly like the flute or does the piccolo come in here? I mean, or how stringent are the members have to be?
So it's not really super stringent. For the most part, if you play the flute, or actually even my sister, she plays the cello, so once in a while she'll come play with us, things like that.
Because sometimes it's nice to bring another instrument to the party.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
We're not super strict about that. We do require that you have some experience.
And that's where and this is where I'm a little naive, because I'm not exactly good. I love music as far as hearing it, but the ability to play it or do anything, I'm oil and water, man. It just doesn't register with me. So that being said, when it comes to flutes, is flute a flute? I mean, you hear of a flute and a piccolo, but like with saxophone, there's like different types. Is flutes the same way, where some are designed to be more bassy than others? Or
sure. So we actually have something called a bass flute.
Okay.
As well as the alto flute. Piccolo is the highest one.
Okay.
And then, of course,
so piccolo is a flute.
It is a flute. It's
okay,
just
I didn't know if
one.
it was just you don't get it's like recorder in 4th grade. You know, it's like it's not quite the instrument. It's like no one says I'm an accomplished recordist. You know? No one does that.
Yeah.
Usually they move on to another instrument.
Right.
Yeah, we do have other flutes. As Rebecca said, we have the bass flute and the alto flute, and we've used them when we have more members.
Sure.
But
well, you need more people because
so right
each
now
one needs a mouth.
Right now we rely on what they call the concert flute or the C flute, which is the most common flute that people see in orchestras and ensembles, bands, marching bands, stuff like that. So that's what we concentrate on.
Gotcha.
If we get more folks, we'll expand.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have more people.
Well,
come
that's
join
it.
us.
The more the merrier. So if there's some flute players, some folks maybe played in high school, or maybe you play now with maybe you're in the RSO playing, or maybe you play with a band or something, and you have you're a flute player in your band. You know, why not come on out? Now you guys meet at the Anderson, right? Is that where you guys meet at, or used to?
No, so we used to.
Okay.
We switched it up.
Okay.
Because Rebecca here actually works down south,
Okay.
and so.
So it's a little more convenient.
Yeah,
when there's
so-
3 of you, you could get,
Right.
the meeting's a little easier to
we're
organize.
kind of flexible. Right now we meet on Thursdays at 5:30, but like Ricardo's coaching, and so he's
Well, the
got a
problem
lot
is
of games.
we need
and-
more people, and then we
Right.
need a bigger space, which these are all good problems to have.
Exactly. yes. So right now we're kind of flexible since it's just the 3 of us. It's easy to text and say, "Hey, can we change it?" or whatever the location might be. But yeah, I mean, definitely if we get more people, we could get a set.
So what are you guys focusing on? Like, are you guys going to be doing Roswell Christmas Railway again this year, or any of that?
For sure.
So
Yeah,
like in this time, are you guys kind of working like your songs and pieces and kind of getting all your show basically put together for that evening? So imagine your Thursday nights are working on pieces, practicing, deciding what's in, what's out, that kind of thing.
We'll switch to Christmas music pretty soon here because November and December are probably the busiest months that we have. We get a lot of requests to play for different functions.
Well, say what you want. A group of flautists kind of set a tone, and that definitely has that. I mean, you can either go into a couple directions. Either that patriotic Yankee Doodle, that kind of, or that reflective, reminiscent. That's mostly when you hear flute play. It's one of the two, and Christmas offers a lot of opportunities to kind of get into some of those cool songs and getting that. Just evoke that certain Christmas feeling. It's really good.
Our repertoire is pretty varied, actually. When during Christmas we'll just play almost exclusively Christmas music because that's what people expect.
Sure,
that's people.
No one's coming to hear the other hits.
No,
Christmas.
But we do play quite a variety of music. And
so for you guys, is it like is it just since there's 3 of you? Does it get tricky or does it get easy to pick music? Because 3 people, 3 opinions. I'm curious. Like, does it get a little head button? You're like, no, not that song. This song. I'm just curious.
Honestly, Ricardo's been the leader of the pack here for since its inception, and he's done a great job of finding music for us. And so he just, literally hundreds of tunes over the years.
Well, when you got thousands of years of stuff to look back on,
exactly. So
finding
he finds it. There's some stuff that he might have to transpose or kind of rewrite so that it works for a trio or a quartet or whatever we might have at the time, and then he just passes out the music to us and we play and we just decide amongst ourselves, if we like it or don't like it, or if
I imagine too, as you get into playing it and things, and that kind of determines too. And it's like, because you guys are doing this for your own fun and passion.
Right.
This is your. So if you guys want to do songs you want to, it's like, why do I got to do stuff I don't want to do? Let's do the fun stuff, the things I want to do, and that's what shows the passion, and that's. Because obviously when you guys get into the performance, that makes a better performance, and the crowd gets into the performance. It's, the crowd feeds off the performance as much as the performance feeds off the crowd, and that's just music. That's how it goes. And so yeah, you pick the songs you want to do, and obviously when we think of, flute playing, and we think of more like classical concert, and so you're not thinking of rock concerts per se, but sure, why not have fun with it and do all that kind of stuff? It doesn't have to always be stodgy and formal and somber and everything else, especially when you get into like some of your jazz and some of that's upbeat, lively, and You know, if y'all ever watch Anchorman and watch jazz flute, you know, you're talking about jazz flute, you know.
We don't pull them out of sleep.
Yeah, you don't pull them out of sleep.
Well, we learned early on, I did especially, that we play music that people recognize, and we got away from the esoteric kind of music.
Sure.
Because we're not symphony level musicians,
sure,
and we don't have enough voices to play some of the more complicated.
Well,
pieces.
and that's just it. It's deep.
So,
There's you know, there's a reason why we still remember guys like Beethoven and Mozart, and you know, because the works and things that they did stood the test of time, and these are pieces that hundreds of years later people are talking. How many songs do you really know about that people are talking about for hundreds of years?
Right. And we played some music probably for almost 4 or 5 years now, so it's almost second nature. The fingering, we really don't have to think about it that much, but people really like it. So for example, we play Mozart, and we also play John Denver. We play Annie's song from John Denver. We also play Danny Boy, which is an Irish tune. Everybody recognizes those songs.
I'm Irish, so it's an official funeral song.
Yes. You're one of the few people that knows that.
Well, we'll play it for you.
Yeah. Next time we see you, tell
drinking
us.
Involved too. Just saying.
I'll be there.
But so I'm kind of curious for you guys. I mean, how much? Because to me, whereas other instruments, you're actually blowing into and evoking the noises and everything. But I mean, to me, it feels like the flute. It's all you pushing that air. It just feels like it's harder to probably maintain control in notes than it would be with other instruments with a flute.
The two instruments that take the most air are the tuba and the flute.
Okay.
So because we lose, like you just said, we're not blowing all of our air directly into an instrument. We're blowing across a hole.
Yeah.
And so we lose a lot of air.
And if your mouth's slightly off, it changes the whole pitch, tone, and sound of the note, which is going to make the song sound funky. If that flute moves a slight, or your mouth moves a millimeter one way or another, and it doesn't blow true into that hole right, it could. So imagine to me that seems more difficult than just picking up a saxophone or something. Not to try to. They're all hard. I can't do any of them. But to me, just kind of blowing into it. Sealed thing versus you trying to manipulate air through a hole, you know, it seems a lot trickier to me to pull off right.
Definitely a skill.
Yeah, I think the flute is the only instrument that you cannot play in the wind. If it's windy outside, it really affects. We have to block the wind.
Might get a little psychedelic on you.
The sound disappears.
Oh, does it? I thought maybe it creates weird whistles or something.
Kind of like Jethro Tull, kind of like that, something like that. The jazz. Rock and roll flute.
So what's your is there do y'all have to check wind when you have outdoor shows? Like you're kind of all right, what's the cutoff?
Oh, definitely. As far as temperature as well.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if it's real cold and you have a metal flute.
Temperature affects all instruments.
Yeah,
for sure,
that can't be good. And does condensation become a thing and all that with flute, or especially with the wet? Like if it's colder or whatever, humans make spit. That's just what we do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that gets a little trickier in the cold too and all that. I never think of those things till you think of those things. And it's like, wow, there's so many unthought of variables that can affect a performance or affect how an instrument is played in something like that.
Right.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, even especially when it's cold in the winter, you really want to at least try and blow into it, get it at least a little bit warmer before you start playing. Because, if you tune while it's cold, it's fine for a second.
Right.
And then it gets warm, and then you're just all over.
And then it's all out the window. Yeah, it makes. I'm guessing that like guitar players that have that issue with the wood warping and stuff, and it might stretch or slack in those strings.
Oh, yeah.
Probably experience the same thing.
Absolutely.
You don't think about it so much with metal, but.
Yeah, same thing. Though.
Well, good thing is, I guess you guys never have to worry about getting your lips stuck to the pole kind of thing. Like maybe some of the others might have to worry about that with the time.
Well, back at the beginning of the Roswell Christmas Railway, they had us outside,
and you're like,
we finally told them we can't do it.
We need a tent. We need a heater.
And we weren't the only ones. All the other groups, the school groups that played, there's
only so much cocoa you can drink out there, and you can't drink cocoa and play the flute at the same time.
No.
Although, if you could, that would be Anchorman. But it sounds like you guys it's a group of fun people that just want to, we love, and our common thing is we all love to play the flute here too.
Right.
So I'm curious if, do you guys particularly play one style of flute, or do you guys float around? It's like, no, I'll play a piccolo one week, I'll play a bass. Like, or do you pretty much, no, this is, you're a bass flute, this is what you do. I mean, or do you jump around?
Well, like Ricardo said, once we get more people, it might be,
sure.
we will incorporate those. At this point, all three of us just play a C flute.
Gotcha.
Because
I didn't know if it was like guitar guys have their guitars lined up and you got like a flute stand with all.
When we get more people, if there's a fourth or fifth person, Ricardo will.
Okay.
I mean, there's been times in the past at rehearsal he's had his, alto flute, bass flute.
Okay. So if there's some that specialize, maybe piccolo or some of the others, come on, let's go and let's have fun. And because the more the merrier. And so wouldn't it be great if you've got, like I said, 15, 20 different flautists up there doing a song at one time? You could probably create so many different options that y'all could take a song in different directions. Y'all could probably even work in songs that most people don't think of as a song you hear on a flute. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're saying, get some more John Denver stuff.
Yeah, we've done like the Mario Brothers theme and what else? Zelda? Did we do Zelda? Some,
when
those
the old
kinds
game
of
store
things.
was open here on the grand opening, we played for him, and it was quite fun because we played a bunch of game tunes.
And it makes sense because if you think of like games in those times with the way the sounds were and the doo-doo-doo-doo, like I feel like
we can play that.
You can recreate, like the flute can recreate that really cool in a way that would make it kind of entertaining and fun. And I don't know, maybe you can get a gig, be the music for some of these gaming companies. And stuff. I think
put our name out there.
Yeah. So if folks are interested, what's the best way to get a hold of you? I know you guys have a Facebook page, but I don't know how active you guys are.
We do have a Facebook page. It's not. I mean, I control it as far as I'm the admin.
So if you shoot a message there,
I'll get notifications.
One of you three will see it, or you'll see it here.
If somebody sends a message, we'll definitely see it.
Okay. Ricardo, what's another good way?
As part of her graduate studies, she developed a website for us.
So good. So we do have a website.
What do you call that? A QR code. And that takes you right to the website.
Okay, perfect. So
and there's my telephone number, which you're welcome to give out.
Okay. You can reach out directly to Ricardo here if you're not into QR codes and high-techy tech stuff. I am half the time.
And the website
I'm half and half.
The website that she developed has bios about all of us and, and where we played before and a little bit of information about also the Pecos Valley Brass Quintet.
So you can kind of learn a little bit of background history and maybe if you're a brass folk,
who we are,
maybe you're not a flautist, but you're into playing the brass instruments, then we got a hookup for you too. But you can call Ricardo direct at 575-914-1379 if you happen to be out and about in town and you see the QR code here. And I think maybe he can scan and put this on the video part so it's in the comments so y'all can scan it. Or at least put a direct link there to it. So
we'll leave some. I left a few out on the front for you.
Good deal. And so come, and then certainly if you see them before, like, do you guys have anything on the books for anything recently here? Anything that people can go check out, or not till probably the holidays here?
We don't. Yeah, we played a couple times at the Invaders game this summer. We did the national anthem and then Take Me Out to the Ball game. During the 7th inning stretch.
Who needs an organ when you got
exactly?
Flutes?
Yeah. And we do want to build our repertoire for that. To have some of those fun organ ones, but do it on the flute.
Yeah, you can do all that.
We can do that for sure. So
working on it right now.
But aside from that, we we don't have anything on the books.
Well,
until
what we need more, and that way you've got a whole flute section in the bleachers there at the Invader games during the summer.
That'd be great.
Kind of just like a college football game or something. You got but they're all flautists, and they're all right there doing dun dun dun, dun the whole thing. Maybe work up some walk up music. Maybe a few of the players will want a flute-driven walk-up music. I think it'd be good.
Perhaps, yes.
But definitely get out and get involved. Shoot a message through Facebook, or like I said, you can call Ricardo direct here, 575-914-1379. And please, just come if you've been playing. Or now you are looking for people that do know. We're not teaching people how to play the flute. We do want people that have a flute experience. Now, that being said, you don't have to be Yanny over here. You can be, if you played in high school, or if you, I only know a few songs, but
we all played in high school, and we also all played in, I think we played in, I played in Carlsbad High School, marching band, and then I Played also at UNM.
Just don't say that in Artesia. They get salty.
Right, yeah, I know.
Carlsbad and Artesia.
Then Brittany has background as well. And
yeah, I've played since I was 10.
Okay.
But, and Rebecca.
Yeah, I've played since fourth grade. And I played in college too at UNM.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did y'all choose the flute? Just like what? I'm very curious. Like when kids decide their instruments in band. Like I remember back in elementary school, like in fourth grade, because no kids were very big in fourth grade. So like kids that were a little taller or had long arms, they would literally try to bribe them to play trombone, because none of those kids can't hit any note past here, Sure. And so so I didn't know, was there like when you guys were in fourth grade and everything wanting to, like what was the deciding factor for the flute for you guys?
So for me, my teacher handed us recorders.
Okay.
And I kept walking around the house playing the recorder all day long. And my dad was like, okay, if I buy you a flute, will you play it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you sure? Because they're expensive. I was like, no, I'll play. Nice. And so he bought me one. And then for the next month, I just learned how to blow into it. And then once I started making sound, he's like, all right, let me get you lessons. And that's how I
Now, was your dad a musician or musical talented guy?
He did citywide choir.
Okay, so he's got a music background.
So he has music background.
So he can tell when you were hitting the notes right and wrong.
Well, he knew I was hitting them wrong.
Right. I think the neighbors knew too, probably.
For sure.
Well, see, now you need to go back and find them neighbors and play for them because they sat through the bad times.
Well, yeah, so now they should get the good times, right?
Very cool. What about you guys? What made you decide to play the flute?
So I did come from a very musical family.
Okay.
So it was just expected of me and my brothers that we would play an instrument. And I don't know, I thought the flute was dainty and, nobody else in my family played it. My dad does trombone, my mom saxophone, my oldest brother clarinet, my other
kind
brother
of unique
French
in your
horn.
circle. Yeah.
So I was like, well.
You had a French horn player too?
I do.
See,
yes.
that's unique.
My brother
me.
played French horn and trumpet.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I just thought, well, it's dainty, and I wanted.
Sounds like your whole family could start a little orchestra if you needed to. There.
My dad is Bill Lamb, who was the band director at NIMI and helps with the community band.
So that kind of it's in the blood, literally.
We do a lot of musical things. So yeah,
cool. For you, Ricardo, what made you pick up the flute?
Yeah, the continuation of Brittany's story. Our family is very musical. My uncle, he's still he was a band director for 35 years in the public schools in different places, Deming, Capitan, up at the Bataan Military School up in Albuquerque. So my cousin, he's principal French horn player for the Tucson Symphony.
Okay.
He also teaches music at Arizona State. Man. My dad was a pianist. He also played French horn.
Now I know why I'm not good at music. None of my family could do anything.
And everybody in our family, it was just a requirement. That was almost like a requirement. In our family, you had to play something.
Sure.
So I picked up, I don't know why I picked up the flute. My brother played sax. My mom sang and played drums. My dad could play anything.
I think part of it is just to be different. Because when we're that old, younger day, we want to separate ourselves from the crowd a little bit.
I was the only boy that played the flute, so that was unusual at that time.
Yeah. I would imagine too, because
it's not usual.
That's something that you probably had to deal with that you guys don't. Was back then, it's very you're pigeonholed. It's like girls play the flutes, not the boys. The boys play drums or saxophone or trombone or.
But I was first chair, so I settled that argument right away.
Yeah.
Well, and let's face it, there's some very accomplished flautists throughout the world that are males. It's not all women.
Absolutely.
But you're right. There was that back in the days that people, 80s and stuff. You go to school and they were like, no, boys play the drums or play the trombone or play the trumpet. Girls play the flutes and play the piccolos and all that stuff. Very cool. So I imagine that you probably had to overcome that a little bit too.
Yeah.
Did you have friends that kind of ribbed you a little bit and all that?
Never had problems with it because music was such a big part of our family that it was always musical.
They're probably just thankful. Now we got a flute player. Thank goodness. Now the band is complete.
Now the band is complete. I was going to say.
Very cool. So come be a part. If folks are out there listening and say, man, that's me. I was in band and played the flute and loved that stuff. You got 3 friends that are waiting to meet you and come be a part of it so we can we at least fill up a whole section at the Invaders games now, so with flute players and stuff. But we'd love to see it because I'm telling you, 3 people playing the flute together is amazing. Wait, there's a half dozen or a dozen of them doing the same thing. And when you go out to Roswell Christmas Railway and you're sitting there with your cup of cocoa and you're looking for a place to warm up and see something nice, and there's going to be the flute ensemble right there doing their thing.
And we hear a lot from people that approach us or reach out to us. I haven't played for 20 years, and it's like, well, that's okay. It's all right.
It's probably like riding a bike, right?
Yeah,
you pick it back up pretty quick.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ricardo, you took a break.
I took
you?
a significant break. I'd say about 20 years off before I picked it up again when I moved back here.
Was it?
And I had to remember the fingerings, but it doesn't take that long.
Well, I imagine because anytime you do something that well, I mean, you build muscle memory, calluses, all those things. Maybe the calluses go away, but sometimes the muscle memory does. It might take a minute to find it.
Right.
But you find it. You're all of a sudden, next thing you know, your finger's like, oh, I know this. This is, I know how it's, and how it makes sense. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while, but
so we don't accept that excuse. Just come on out and join us. Give me a good try. See if you can. We'll work you in. It's nice and slow, and we'll give you an easy part, or just let you shadow one of us.
Sure.
Well, as you learn and get more
comfortable. We'll put you the wolves right away. We'll dip a toe in.
Exactly.
But come out and be a part. Just immerse with it. Come and because I imagine you almost have to get friendly a little bit. I mean, yeah, you play music, but when you're friends and when you're because like you guys have been hanging out for years together, so I imagine you guys are probably better together now than you were, say, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just and so invite more into group and kind of get into that. Next thing you know, you kind of because I imagine especially when you're playing, I bet y'all kind of can read each other's minds a little bit sometimes, can't you?
Yeah.
When y'all are playing, I know what
Get the
Carter's
cues
about to
a lot
hit with.
better.
I know what Brittany's about to hit with here, or Rebecca's about to hit with. I kind of that's and to me that's what makes it great. Like that's where you really get the great performances when you get people that. They've worked together so long that they just know each other's idiosyncrasies and things like that. So, and you guys are kind of, I think, getting that way. And so we need a few more people to add the idiosyncrasies and get them out.
We need a few more people consistently to get into that practice.
So any of you, maybe there's a few high school seniors and stuff that are going to stay in the area and about to graduate from high school and playing flute and band, but maybe you're going off to do something else and you're not going to be able to do your fluting while you're playing or while you're pursuing whatever's next. But you need an itch to scratch here. Come be a part of the flute ensemble.
I've reached out I've actually gone to the high schools with a little presentation, taking the different flutes because the kids really like that a lot. They've never played an alto or a bass flute, so that kind of turns them on. And the biggest impediment for the young people is that they don't have transportation to our practices. And some parents are a bit protective about releasing their children to a bunch of adults that they haven't met.
Makes
I
complete
understand.
sense to me.
But, the biggest thing is transportation, and especially the older they get a lot of competing interests. And they don't want to. They're in the band.
You get itching boys or girls
Yeah.
and life and everything else.
And they're already in the band, so I don't want to. We've had some, but
I'm telling you,
2 or 3, no, over the years.
I'm telling you, guys, girls, if you're looking for playing the flute's going to impress them. I'm just saying. That's a tool in the bag that a lot of people don't have that you can use to your advantage.
That's how we all found our spouses.
Just saying, use it to your advantage.
And for the young ones, you'll be a better player if you play with older players.
It makes you get better.
You'll be a better player.
You expose and plus, too, it probably. I imagine if you play by yourself, you get pigeonholed in certain types of songs, genres of songs, certain ways, and when you play with others, it's like book club. Like when we were talking about. La Tutulia earlier, it forces you to do things that's kind of out of your comfort zone a little bit, and everyone needs that every once in a while. So bringing in new members probably will force you guys to do things that you're a little out of your comfort zone, and you want that too. That's a good thing because we want the ideas. You guys have your thing, but if someone comes in and they're like, hey, we should go this direction with it, who knows? See where it takes you. But as you get involved and get your input is part of the big picture here.
Yeah, definitely.
So reach out to Ricardo direct. You can call him at 575-914-1379. Again, 575-914-1379. If you do Google or do a Facebook search for Roswell Flute Ensemble, it should be the first thing that pops right up. There is a page. Leave a message, and Brittany or one of the other two here will get a hold of you and get you taken care of. And then of course you guys meet Thursday nights. What's that a place you all meet at again?
Well, at the moment, we meet at my house.
Okay, so it's not a public place. So call or leave a message.
Correct.
And they will get you the address and everything here.
Yeah, because right now, especially with, soccer season and like I said, it's just up in the air. Sometimes we don't practice. And,
life is happening for you guys too.
Right. Sometimes we'll switch the night. We like to be flexible for everyone's schedules, obviously.
Well, and you've got families and day jobs and lives to lead to.
She travels a lot for her work.
Yeah.
She's on the road a lot, so she's not home a lot.
Well, good news is the flute's portable, so you can at least play it on the road.
It is, yes, it is. So if we
It's not like the stand-up bass.
If we got to switch the location of practice, it's easy to do. Or the evening that we practice on. So.
And Rebecca, I know you're sleeping on it, but I think you could do the sleeve job, and then anywhere you go, you're ready to play.
We're gonna start practicing that. All right.
Also, Mike, on the performance side, I'd like to make sure that people understand that we're available to perform. So if you'd like to contact us, we do not charge a fee.
Yeah. So if you got an event or a meeting and you're looking for maybe with the holidays coming up and you have a holiday party and want some background music, things like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Just give us enough time to. If you have special requests, give us enough time. We'll work it up.
Yeah.
If it's accessible to us and we can play it, we'll play it.
Yeah. This is what they do. This is what you guys love doing.
And we don't charge a fee. Anytime we have received donations, we turn around and put it right back.
I'm about to say you guys don't take fees, but I'm sure if you guys, if you want to leave a donation or so to help, that would be amazing. But like you said, you're not obligated to. They're just looking for places to expose the public to your music and everything else here. Right. So, but please reach out to Ricardo Direct 575-914-1379 if you want to book a gig or you want to learn more and become a member of the ensemble. And then also on Facebook of Roswell Flute Ensemble there. Like and follow, shoot a message, and we'll get back to you pretty quick. Good deal. Did we get it all?
I think so.
All right.
I think so, yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Next time we're going to bring you in, and you're going to have to play.
Okay.
That'll be our next time.
All right.
And I want Rebecca. I want the nut.
Make a note. We're going to practice that.
Yeah, that's.
I'll be like, Rebecca, could you play something, please? I don't know.
I'm not prepared.
That's what I want. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
It is 8:56. Let's play a quick break before news here. Don't go away.
All across America, this is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. A new month bringing some investor anxiety over the United Auto Workers strike, the Biden impeachment, and the high cost of funding a dysfunctional government, just to name a few concerns. In all of that, hopeful investors looking for a stock rebound from the toughest month of the year. September trading ended with all three major stock indexes down for the month and down for the quarter. So Wall Street investors see either a market due to break a losing streak or a firmly entrenched trend line. Important jobs data this week. August job openings come tomorrow. September employment numbers Friday. In August, the unemployment rate unexpectedly jumped to the highest level since February of last year. And more Ford and GM plants affected by the union strikes. The union and the car companies missed another deadline Friday. Now 25,000 UAW workers striking, and Ford reps say talks aren't quite at an impasse. This is the first ever simultaneous strike against the Detroit 3 or 2. Walgreens got a needed boost last week. The stock jumped 6% after an update on the company's CEO search. Walgreens stock still down 40% year to date. Please join me twice each weekday for the Lou Dobbs Business Report. Right here.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
If you're a business owner, you need to know about the ERC program because you may be eligible for a refund of up to $26,000 per W-2 employee if you had employees on the payroll during the pandemic. ERC, or the Employee Retention Credit Program, is a government initiative to help business owners. Visit governmentaid.com to find out if you qualify. The process of filing is complex, and the team at governmentaid.com has the expertise to help. Visit governmentaid.com to see if you qualify for a refund. That's governmentaid.com.
Time for the 2023 Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th, and that means a week of great entertainment for the whole family. It all kicks off on Fair Day Monday with Anthony the Piano Man. Tuesday is DJ Day with music all day long. Wednesday at 7, don't miss Austin Van.
Driving me out of your mind.
Thursday night, catch Brian Mars at 5.
'Cause I'm having fun this tequila summer.
The I-10 Band at 7, and Selena Forever at 9.
I'll be dreaming of you tonight.
Friday night, it's JD Cox at 5, the Memphis Band at 7.
Right on
and The Garth Guy Show at 9. Then on Saturday, Anthony the Piano Man kicks off the afternoon at 2 p.m. Then Tejano Night with Conjunto Ruin Señor at 5, El Clan Lagunero at 7, and La Zona X at 9. Best of all, it's all free with your admission to the fair. More info at enmsf.com. The Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th. 101's gonna be a lot of fun. At
to know that I was able to succeed as a parent for basic needs because I had that help.
New Mexico's Modern Child Support Services Division works to benefit both parents for the purpose of improving children's lives.
We established paternity, and then they were able to assist me in setting up child support payments that not only was agreeable to me, but my daughter's biological father. It helped me help her thrive. It helped me be the best parent I could be.
Visit yes.nm.gov today.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Former President Trump says he's in court in New York today fighting for his name and his reputation. Mr. Trump attending the start of a civil trial that stems from a lawsuit that already resulted in a judge ruling that he committed fraud in his business dealings, a ruling that the Trump legal team immediately appealed. In the words of the former president, this whole case is a sham. Congressman Matt Gaetz vowing to make good on his threat to try to remove Congressman Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker.
The Florida Republican on Sunday said he planned to use a procedural tool called a motion to vacate to try and strip McCarthy of his office as soon as this week. Under the rules adopted earlier this year, any Republican lawmaker can call for a motion to vacate the Speaker's chair, and the House would have to vote on it within 2 legislative days. It's not clear that Gaetz has enough votes to remove McCarthy. He would need at least 5 Republican lawmakers to vote with him if all Democrats were also to vote to remove him. Edwin Mora, Washington.
Just days after the U.S. Senate seat, long held by Dianne Feinstein, became vacant, California Governor Gavin Newsom has named a successor to Feinstein.
Newsom has selected Democratic strategist LaFonza Butler to fill the U.S. Senate seat, made vacant by the death of Senator Feinstein last week. In choosing Butler on Sunday, Newsom fulfilled his pledge to appoint a black woman if Feinstein's seat became open. Butler will be the only black woman serving in the U.S. Senate and the first openly LGBTQ person to represent California in the chamber. Bob Agnew reported.
2 researchers, their work enabled creation of the COVID-19 vaccines, have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 119 points, while the NASDAQ trading 59 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Turkish warplanes targeting suspected Kurdish rebel targets in northern Iraq followed a suicide attack on a government building in the Turkish capital.
Turkey's defense ministry said 20 targets had been destroyed and many militants neutralized in the operation, which they said targeted caves, bunkers and depots used by the group. The strikes were in response to Sunday's blast outside the Interior Ministry in Ankara, just hours before Turkey's parliament reopened after its summer recess. It was the first bomb blast in the capital since 2016. The PKK has waged a long armed struggle in Turkey, fueled by its demands for an independent Kurdish state, something fiercely opposed by successive Turkish governments.
And that's the BBC's Tom Daly. Business sentiment among big Japanese manufacturers improved July through September, this for the second straight quarter. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, it's a reminder that you have to be careful about who you allow into your home.
Police say a man using Airbnb to rent a room robbed a Georgia homeowner at gunpoint. The homeowner in the Atlanta suburb of Beaufort called police saying a man rented his basement through the room-sharing app, then stole his wallet. A police report says the renter checked in and quickly texted the owner upstairs to say the toilet was leaking. The homeowner was checking the toilet when the renter appeared with a gun, tied up the man, and then fled with his wallet. Jason Walker reporting.
Some of the top diplomats from Europe have gathered in Kiev. It's meant as a display of support for Ukraine's ongoing fight against Russia's invasion. And it comes as signs start to emerge of political strain in Europe and the U.S. over the ongoing war. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Fair Monday.
Yes. It's fair, but yet cloudy.
That's fair.
Mostly fair. The road's not quite yet closed, although they will be within minutes.
Yeah, so if you've got business downtown, you might want to get around and do it while you can, because they're going to be closing up the side streets here in Main Street.
Yep.
Pretty quickly. Main Street, they'll probably not close till the last minute, but all
Not till
those
the-
turnoffs from College to Summit, those will all be booked.
They're getting the barricades up here in just a few minutes. And by the way, now is the time to find that prime sidewalk placement. Bring chairs, because I was just saying, it's moist outside. If you're going to sit on concrete, you're not going to be comfortable. And you'll probably have a wet keister. Mm-hmm. So bring a chair.
Yeah.
Or a
pad.
or a truck bed or something.
There you go.
That's what we always used to do. We used to back the truck bed up. We'd sit in the brewer parking lot, the Chevron, because that's like prime location. You're not quite to, where they're like, okay, it's time. We're at the courthouse lawn. Now it's time. Let it shine. But they're still fresh at the brewer. So that's a real good spot. So we used to back the truck bed up and kind of drop the tailgate and just sit there with our snacks.
Yeah, I was always either in the thing or not. Mm-hmm. It's never. So I'm rarely on the side. If I am, it's usually me just standing on the corner here because I walk down from the office here to look.
I will say this, and I'm not obliged to say this because it's not Friday, but I will take my hat off to the brave men and women who put on the shirt and the tie and go to work for McDonald's in downtown Roswell on Fair Day Monday.
It's a busy day.
It is a nightmare. I have been there. I worked the fair shift one year. Actually, that was only 1 year when this is before the UFO was even there. This is back when it was like the building right next door. Yeah, that was that was a nightmare. Just lines out there because people wanted cheap beverages. They can go and get.
What's better than watching the fair parade with a big old chocolate shake?
It's not too shabby. It's definitely it's the way to go. I'm just going to say you're going to wait for a long while, but salute to all the brave men and women of the McDonald's, the Dunkin', the Sonic, all those downtown establishments that are going to be bombarded with customers today.
Enjoy.
It's definitely going to be a banner day for your sales.
That's right. Enjoy the fair. And
Congratulations,
the
Nick.
Yeah, there you go. But it'll get underway here about 50 minutes from now.
Yep.
So. And like I said earlier, the parade route, if you're not familiar, they will line up, and they're formulating right now at the Wobo parking lot. And then they're going to make their way on to College, and then hit onto Main Street and head south on Main Street at College. And they will proceed south on Main to Summit, which is where the Ashley Furniture store is on the South Main. It'd be on, if you're heading south, it would be on your right side. It used to be Sears, but that's Summit. So
for you old heads.
Yes. So if you are wanting to parade, observe the parade? I was going to say
spectate.
Yeah, spectate. Then you're going to want to go between College and Summit. Get you a good spot there. Or, like you said, if Sean said, bring your chairs or bring your Gordon Fisherman slicker pants.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
And then you can sit wherever you want to.
Are you wearing rubber pants? Well, I am, Bill. Yes, I am.
Yep.
I can sit anywhere and I can be comfortable.
That's right.
What's your problem?
The hat, the coat, the whole nine.
Trust the Gordon's Fisherman.
Say what you want. That guy had rain gear.
He was on point. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, when you're working the deck, I mean, you better be ready for what. And you know what I would reckon? And they never actually talk about this. I bet his boot game was strong.
Oh, he had the over the boot.
Did he have the slickers?
Yeah, the slicker deals.
The rain booties.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you got to fight trench foot when you're manning the poop deck.
When I was a kid, I had a pair of those green boots. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Mine were yellow, but I remember with the little loop in the back.
And then it had that black tread.
Yeah,
that kind of creeped up onto the side of the shoe. But you could swim in those things, and your feet wouldn't get wet. Those things are great.
It was very rare in Medill, Oklahoma, where I grew up, for us to get a heavy snowstorm. But the few years I remember having just that like blizzard condition, those booties came in clutch.
Yeah, when we get our occasional, foot of snow once every couple of years thing we'd get there in Maryland. Yeah, they just come in. The only problem is your foot would get wet, but not because of moisture coming in. It's because your foot would sweat so much that it's so
because there's no breathing in those shoes. Which is why I love the fact that we now have like the Vessi shoes. They're waterproof, essentially the same thing, but they breathe.
That's why they told you wear 3 socks is to soak up all the sweat.
Yeah. What's funny is those blizzards. I remember, my sister specifically wanted to recreate the scene from Christmas Story, sticking her tongue to. Now, in this case, it was the mirror of my dad's truck. He had an old Ford Ranger, and she stuck her tongue to the mirror of the truck, but it was stuck, and she knew what to do to get it off. She goes, and I was standing there. She goes, "What?"
Why didn't she bring the water with her?
I don't know. Yeah. So I run into the house, and I'm a kid. I'm 5 years younger than her at the time, and she was a kid also.
Sure.
I come out with a nice, cool glass of water. That's not going to do it, stupid. She needs hot water. She didn't specify. I think she was trying to get as few syllables as possible out. So she said water and not, "Hey, Sean, could you bring me a glass of hot water? It would definitely help me remove my tongue from this stuck situation." Had she said that, no problem. Just lay out the instructions for me, and I'll get it done.
Kids, take note. If you're going to recreate something from like this, have all the things you need on hand.
Be prepared.
You know you're going to stick your tongue to the mirror. Know that you're going to get stuck. You're going to need the warm water. Have it in your other hand. Don't rely on your 5-year younger brother to get that done. Because I had a 5-year younger brother too, and he was incapable of anything at that time.
Right.
The only thing he was capable of doing is fitting an entire pack of Bubblicious in his mouth at one time. That's all he was good at.
But let me tell you what, he was great at it.
I remember we went and I think we got like 4 packs in him one time, and it was just hanging out.
That's ridiculous.
We were ridiculous kids. We would do.
At that point, you're like closing off your nasal passages. It's impressive he didn't asphyxiate.
It was a different time. It was the 80s.
I killed my brother with gum.
It was the 80s. We don't do. We did things different.
We do things a little different.
When we weren't doing that, we're running around throwing smoke bombs at each other.
You tried that in a small town. Try to suffocate your brother with bubble gum in a small town. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah, that's true.
But Yeah. So I if you're going to recreate, prepare accordingly.
That being said, yes, Eastern New Mexico State Fair is getting underway as soon as the parade gears down.
You don't have to worry about your tongue getting stuck to any poles out of the fair. It is entirely too warm for that.
Far too warm.
Yeah.
And you're really probably not going to want to stick your tongue on any poles out at the fair.
No.
Unless you really enjoy the flavor of livestock.
I was about to say, because they rub their things on things.
They
poles.
rub their things. See, that. I know that this is 101 is going to be fun, but for 102, they rub their things on things. That needs to be the slogan for next year's fair. Come on out and see the livestock. They rub their things on things.
So you go lick it if you want to.
They rub their stuff on stuff too, but mostly just their things on things.
At least a shirt.
It's great.
All right, it is 9:15. Let us, on that note, I can't top it. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have low pressure and some moist air moving into the desert southwest, so we could get some showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those thunderstorms might be severe with hail and damaging wind and maybe some heavy rainfall. Today's high about 80 with that cloud cover. Showers and thunderstorms expected overnight down to the low 60s. Then on Tuesday, things get a little bit nicer. Mix of sunshine and clouds and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 71 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 84%. Winds blowing out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Rain likely today. We are looking at a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They say some storms could be severe today. Mostly cloudy. A high of 79 degrees. So we're going to get near 80 with south winds at around 15 miles per hour. They're saying we could get a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain possible here today. Tonight, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 9 p.m. Again, some of those storms could be severe, mostly cloudy, with an overnight low of 61 degrees, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. They're expecting less than a tenth of an inch tonight, unless we get an actual thunderstorm through the area. Tuesday, warming up a little bit and drying out a lot. Sunny and a high of 88 on Tuesday. Winds will be out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 57 degrees, southwest winds 5 to 15. Wednesday, looking like another nice day, mostly sunny, high of 83, winds out of the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, there is a 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy, overnight low of 57. There's also a 20% chance of rain Thursday for the afternoon, mostly sunny and 78 for a high. 20% Thursday night as well, partly cloudy, overnight low of 56. Ooh, dropping in the 50s for overnight lows. Love that. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, dropping overnight lows of 50. That's great. For you Friday, mostly sunny, 78. Saturday, mostly sunny, 76. And sunny and 79 on Sunday. So, weather, other than today, for fair, I think looking pretty good. Just got to get through today's rain, which we need. We can't complain. So, hopefully it doesn't wash anything out. All right, it is 9:17. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Pastor Jerry Acosta and Kayla Acosta with Grace Community Church, talking about their Family Fest coming up here later in the month. So we're going to play that up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If you or someone you love is dealing with addiction, it's time to stop suffering and start celebrating recovery. Celebrate Recovery.
Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes.
Seasoning? No problem. Runyon Cattle Beef's very own red meat seasoning and cactus salt are included with all beef orders. For pricing, orders, or more information, call Lisa Runyon at 575-760-5655 today.
The Eastern New Mexico State Fair 101 It's Going to Be Fun is happening October 2nd through the 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds in Roswell. This year's fair will be open Monday and Saturday from noon to 11 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 11 p.m. Admission is $12 for adults. Children 3 through 12, $8, and seniors 55 up are $8. Don't forget Wednesday is Senior Day with free admission for those 55 and older. And Ride 'em Cowboy Day is on Tuesday with $25 admission for everyone over 2. That includes a carnival armband, perfect for families and larger groups. Visit enmsf.com for more information. Paid for by Roswell Lodgers Tax.
If you thought it was cooling off, think again. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford. Get savings across the lot on a great selection of new F-150s, Super Duty Ford trucks, Broncos, and Raptors. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select vehicles now through October 31st. The aggressive lenders at Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And they'll work hard to get you approved. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell. Coming to the Liberty, Friday, October 6th. Catch Jamie Richards.
Don't try to find me.
With 12 #1 Texas country hits and records recorded by artists like Cody Jenks, Hal Ketchum, Kevin Fowler, Walt Wilkins, and many more. Get tickets and more info at thelibertyinc.com.
She's cold as that beer she's drinking.
Jamie Richards, Friday, October 6th at the Liberty in Roswell. It's time for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds in Roswell. Join KSVPTV.com for wall-to-wall coverage of the livestock events at this year's fair, from meat goats to dairy heifers and everything in between. KSVPTV.com is your home for livestock shows and sale coverage at this year's Eastern New Mexico State Fair. For a complete listing and schedule of the shows, log on to enmsf.com. And for live and on-demand coverage of the livestock shows and sale, head for KSVPTV.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Grace Community Church, Jerry Acosta with us this morning, and Kayla Acosta as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, Mike.
How are y'all doing today?
Well, I think we are great.
Doing well?
Yes.
The sun's out?
Happy to be here.
For the moment, anyway.
Happy. Yeah, really happy to be here.
Very good. Well, first off, I wanted, and this is probably, I wear many hats and things, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank Grace Community Church for a couple weeks ago being gracious hosts for, I'm with the Historical Society. We had the Guy Penrod concert there about 2 weeks ago. And it was a huge success, thanks largely in part to the Grace Community Church. So big thank you to the church for supporting our little cause and making it a big success. That was
amazing. Yeah, I think it was amazing. We were there and we enjoyed the concert, and it was really, really good.
It's the first time I've seen people in Roswell waiting hours to go to a concert.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, are we in Albuquerque or Dallas? What are we doing here?
Yeah, it was really good experience.
That's
true.
Exactly. So,
and you guys did a great job with putting together everything.
We have an amazing group of people over there that really, so between your collective group of awesome people and our collective group, it was a big success.
Yes.
So, big thank you to that. Well, that being said, Grace Community Church is continuing on with all the great and different events and things that they do outside of the daily services and all that stuff. And for folks that don't know, Grace Community Church is home to many nonprofits and things, your Celebrate Recovery and that amongst other organizations that call Grace Community Church home. So it really is a community church here.
It is. That is.
It's so much going on than just Sunday service.
Exactly. That's really important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That being said, we want to put this date on people's radar. October 28th and 29th, Grace Community Church will be hosting Family Fest. And it's, I think you can kind of put together some of what's going to be going on here. It's going to be a great time to bring the whole family out for fun, games, food, and all kinds of stuff.
That is
pretty much the thing.
It is. We love families.
Yeah.
And we believe in healthy families. So
and obviously with Halloween coming around, be right around the Halloween time frame, and families are always looking for activities and things for their families. That's a safe environment, some place where you say, you know what? I can let the kids run loose for a little bit while Dad and I or Mom and I go enjoy a snow cone or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what. So this is a great thing for families to come. Let your kids come and have fun and do it in a place where you know they're safe, good to go, and you're just there to have fun.
And you know, what we when is parents playing with their kids and enjoying fun with their that's the most important thing. We are providing the Family Fest as a secure place, as you said, for families to have recreation, but together as a family, not just throw out your drop your kids over there in a park.
It's not a babysitting event.
It's
an event
more
for
families. Parents playing with their kids and enjoying their time, having food, free food, and is Family Fest.
Well, and here's the thing: Grace Community Church doesn't do anything small. I mean, this is going to be a big event. You see the church; it's a big parking lot. It's a big facility there, which means the event's going to be a big too.
It will be big, and we want all family to have this time to partner with each other, bring new friends, have new friends over there, enjoy the difference. It's going to be like a fair. Very, very nice and open. You can bring like the picnic, everything for a picnic.
So bring your own little party if you want.
And we will provide the food.
Because
You bring your tools for a picnic, and we will provide the food.
Yeah.
So bring the basket and the blanket, and we'll bring the eats.
And we will put everything that you want for eating and just have fun. Because
maybe the ants too. You know, if you're going to have a picnic.
Maybe,
It will be. We are expecting to have great weather that day for family to enjoy and play together.
And it's a 2-day event, 28th and 29th. So if you're busy one day, but you're free the other, here's the cool thing: you may come out the 28th and say, "We had so much fun, we're coming back the next day."
That's the idea.
That's the idea.
They could enjoy the Saturday, and they could come on Sunday for the family celebration. We have 2 family celebration Sundays, and we will love people to come.
That's it too. Come if you're looking for a new church home, or if you're maybe new to the area, or maybe you're just looking for a place to feel belonging or a sense of community.
And we are sure they're going to love it.
Absolutely.
They're going to love Grace Community Church. We are a big, big family.
Absolutely.
We love each other.
And that's kind of like the point I was saying before. It's a church and it's a gathering, but it's so much more than that too.
Exactly.
It really
more.
is.
Yes.
It's all, God's the center of it, but there's so many more arms and branches of it too. And that's what we love. And that's what Family Fest is going to be on the 28th and 29th. Yes.
Exactly.
Come out, celebrate God with us, but you know, really it's there to just come and enjoy time with your family, playing games, eating food, creating memories, doing all that kind of stuff.
That's really important. I think, as Kayla mentioned, we love families and we believe in healthy families. And one of the things that we think that we have right now in our society is that our kids are very disconnected from their parents, and they are suffering and they need help. Parents need help, and we believe that friendship and fellowship and fun is a good place to build relationship.
Create the foundation, and that's and I don't care your background, where you're from, where you come from. Having a strong family foundation is the stepping stone for whatever you want to do with your life, or what you know, whatever goals, dreams, aspirations you have. A solid family foundation makes it possible.
That's a giant needs in our society right now.
Absolutely.
We need that. We need to create those kind of foundations, solid foundation for our kids.
Absolutely.
And we need to raise our kids as healthier as we can to build a better society. So that's why we believe in building better families.
Absolutely. Well, that's, you know, as a parent, you know, when you get to become a parent, there is that just unattached responsibility. You're creating the next generation of our culture, our people, our life, and we don't get the instruction manuals. I get all that, but you know what?
That's the point.
We got to figure it all out together, and that's, you know, you hear terms like it takes a village and all that, and this is what they talk about, is creating that foundation, being a part of events like this, and getting involved with the church and getting involved. That's what we're talking about. It's creating that foundation. So when it's time for your kids to be adults and make their own decisions and choices in life, they have all the tools they need to make the right choices.
As you said, I think we need to listen the painful cry that comes from homes, parents that need help to raise their kids, and they need tools. They need wisdom.
And we want to equip them.
Yes,
absolutely.
In the way that we can.
And that's kind of the secret of life with God and the God's plan and everything. It's the family. It's learning. We're always growing and learning, and I don't care if you're 1 or 100. You're always growing and learning, and that's something that we need to celebrate and remind folks sometimes. I know, and it's for everyone. Because young folks have an idea on ways things are doing. Old folks get set in our ways and thinking that's the way it is. And it's like, sometimes we need to listen to each other. I mean, in the middle is probably where the right solution is for the thing, And I think events like this all remind us of that kind of stuff.
Yes, and we're hoping that we could have a lot of families over there at 8:30. We will start at 8:30 to 3 p.m. all morning, and
on Friday and Saturday.
That will be the Saturday.
Gotcha, the Saturday all day
28,
Saturday.
All this.
Well, that'd be probably Friday evening then.
We'll be over there Saturday 28.
Okay.
Since 8:30 to 3 p.m. So
okay.
we'll have
so all day
different
Saturday.
different kind of games and recreation, free food, and everything is free. Yeah. We have a webpage, so if you want, RoswellFamilyFest.com. If you go to RoswellFamilyFest.com, you will have all the details, the schedule. We could get the free tickets. We want people to get the free tickets because we want to know how many people we'll have over there. At least have an idea.
You want a head count, a little ballpark on how much food to prepare.
Exactly. That's special for food. But it is free. Everything is free.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Since we are about a month away here, a little over a month away from the event, as far as sponsorships or donations, things like, could you use help in that way? As far as maybe there's businesses or other entities that want to get involved and support this, is there a place for all of that too?
Yes.
Yes, we have supporters and sponsors, and we already have different organizations and agencies that work for families here in our city.
Awesome.
That are working together with us, are partnering with us to develop the project. But we are open for more sponsors and supporters.
More the merrier.
Exactly, yes. and we want to partner with our business, our people here in different organizations, so we could build families in our community, in our society.
Yeah, we want them, those who believe in families, who wants a better Roswell.
Sure.
Just join us.
And I would argue that should be every single person. I mean, who doesn't come in and say, no, I don't want a better town.
Exactly.
We all want a better place.
Yeah, and we need to work together as a community to build a better city.
It doesn't matter where you come from or where your background is or where you're about. We all want the best for our families and ourselves and the people that we love and support. And if we all understand that, then we can figure it out.
That would be wonderful.
Yes.
Exactly. We could figure it out. We may not agree on everything, but what we can agree on? We want the best for each other.
Exactly.
And I think we all really do want that.
Yes.
And we want the best for kids.
Yeah.
Because because we need to raise our kids in a better world. We need to equip them to be the next generation.
We're not doing our children a service by not giving them the tools to be on their own when it's time for them to do that. This is why we talk about why parents are the greatest jobs in the world, so to speak. Here it's because, I get it. CEO of whatever company, that's important and all that, but without humanity, none of that matters. And if you, as a parent, aren't equipping your kids, then you're not doing them the service of or giving them the fair shake to succeed. You're just not.
Yes.
You're not
the
doing
way
it.
to be a good citizen, but also healthy, like emotionally. We need them healthy emotionally and also good citizens.
Sure.
That goes together.
Yeah.
We want them like that.
Put it this way. You can get more done with love than you can with strife. I'm just saying, that's, I get it. You live in a world where it's easy to get angry and God knows this too.
Exactly.
And this is where we have to become superhumans and say, we need to go above that. We need to, go against what maybe nature tells us. Our nature and instinct tells us to screw that person. No. it should not be that way. And that's what God's telling us.
Yeah.
And that's the message we gotta remember and try to practice every day.
Yeah, and thank you very much for this opportunity, and we want to invite our business to partner
fun.
with us and sponsor this kind of events.
What's the best way to if they want to sponsor, to call the church, or can they go to the website?
They could go to the website and they will be in touch with us with their funds number and email address, so they could email us.
Do you have a QR code that they're gonna?
If you do see the flyer, there is a QR code. It's for you high-tech folks.
Exactly.
You can scan that with your phone, and it'll take you to the website and all the information you need.
Yes,
to do that.
it's easy to go to RoswellFamilyFest.com and you will find all the details for the Family Fest.
Yeah, if you can't get the scanner thing on your phone working, which that happens sometimes.
Yeah, maybe with the camera. They can do that too.
That's the idea. They could with their camera, they could scan the QR code and go to the link.
There you go. But if that's too high tech for you, just type in
Google
RoswellFamilyFest.com.
Yeah, just type in
and
Google
go right there.
RoswellFamilyFest.com, and that will appear over there.
Absolutely. And of course,
sure.
Grace Community Church does have Facebook page, so you can always shoot a message to that if you're a Facebook user, and they will make sure that the message gets to you guys here.
Yes, exactly.
Because there is many hands make Grace Community Church go, and so they have departments and people that do just one thing, because so it'll make sure they get to the Acostas. And of course, just come out again. It's going to be October 28th and 29th at Grace Community Church there on Muscalero. What time does everything start on Friday?
It's Saturday. 28.
Saturday the 20th. I'm sorry.
Yes,
that's all day Saturday.
8:30.
And then 29th. What's the hours on the 29th?
9.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Till so probably.
And
it
will be in the Grace Community Church parking, but Delta West Park. We have a park over there, so everything will be in the parking lot and the Delta Park.
So I imagine on that Sunday, probably kick off with the Sunday service, and then from there you'll
we'll
migrate to the parking lot for fun and
family
everything.
celebration.
Yeah, so come get your church and the air conditioning cool, and have your donuts and coffee and all that. And then after that, you'll be ready to go out and play some games and have some fun and eat some more food, and because your football team's going to lose. It doesn't matter. They're going to make you mad. So just stay at the event and be happy.
Okay. It's going to be easy to find us because you will see the party over there. It's
it'll be
just
and if you're not familiar, it's there on Mescalero. Do you know the actual address there on Mescalero?
It's 935 West Mescalero Road.
Yeah. Just go down Mescalero, you'll see it. If you're coming off of Main Street, you'll see it on your right there.
Exactly. And the west side of Mescalero will be there.
Yeah. And come on out. And like you said, if you would like to sponsor in any way, shape, or form a business or individual or organization, reach out to Grace Community Church. You can go to RoswellFamilyFest.com, find contact there, or call Grace Community Church directly, leave a message, and you guys will get back with them.
Yes, exactly.
And of course, or shoot a message on Facebook, or if you happen to be out around the church during the day, pop on in and say, hey, I heard on the radio I'd like to get involved. Who do I need to talk to?
Exactly.
And someone will get in there.
Good idea.
Put it on your calendars, October 28th and 29th, Grace Community Church, Family Fest weekend, 2 fun-filled days, Saturday and Sunday. Now we got that right in my head. Come on out and enjoy the fun and bring the whole family. Come,
friends.
Come ready to play games. Come ready to have fun. Come ready to just come and be a family and do family fun things together. Create your own fun. And sure, like you said, you want to make it a picnic and things, great. We got the grass, the field out there. If you want to, while you're out there and done playing the games, you want to toss a Frisbee around or something, hang out with the family, come on and do that. We love to
show up and enjoy.
Absolutely. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to cover? Anything that
I think
we want to mention?
Going to RoswellFamilyFest.com,
that's the website.
All the details.
All the details,
And I know we're the land of manana. We're procrastinators. We're last-minute people. That's just how we are. Please, if you want to sponsor and stuff, this is your 2-minute warning. But because they need to get all that, the logistics side done. They gotta get that
go for the free tickets.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it, too. We need to go and get all that. So please, get that done. But if you plan on just mark it on you. I know a lot of families are going to, because there's going to be a lot of trunk or treats and events like that going on. It's just that time of year. So, and I get it. A lot of families like to, do the rounds. Well, please do that. But spend a little extra time at Grace Community Church because it's going to be 2 fun-filled days, and you're going to need some time to navigate all the fun stuff there. So allow yourself some extra time when you come out to the Grace Community Family Fest event.
Yes.
So good deal. Well, thank you guys.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, anytime. We'll see you next time here. We'll get you back in as we get closer to remind folks.
Oh, good.
Like I said, we are the land of manana, and we tend to forget. So maybe a week or 2 out, we'll be like, hey, don't forget, Family Fest is coming up this weekend. Get on out here. So, good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Stay warm, cool, dry, whatever is needed at that particular moment. With our weather here, it's kind of a crapshoot. So.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. Cark Incorporated is hosting its semi-formal gala, celebrating their 50th anniversary of the nonprofit organization that provides services for individuals with developmental disabilities. Former New Mexico Governor Susana Martinez will be the keynote speaker at the gala, which is scheduled for October 5th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Walter Garrels Performing Arts and Exhibition Center in Carlsbad. Proceeds from the gala will support Cark Incorporated's Gary Don Forrest Endowment. Tickets for the gala start at $50, and that includes dinner and live entertainment from the Carlsbad Wind Symphony. A portion of Main Street in Roswell is closing today to accommodate the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Parade that will be going through downtown. That means Main Street between 19th and McGaffey Streets will be closed. The closure will last for several hours. Also, Roswell Transit bus service will be paused and resume after the conclusion of the parade. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Want to know why new home construction stopped? Because of the high interest rates that they've had to keep raising to try and get inflation under control. And it's not working. What does that mean? We're going to have more interest rate hikes. That means new home construction is going to be non-existent in no time at all. What does it mean for sale of pre-existing homes? Well, it means that they're not selling homes. People can't sell homes. They can't afford to sell their home because they can't afford to get rid of a 3 or 4% 30-year fixed-rate mortgage and turn it in for a 7.5% 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The cost is astronomical. It's thousands of dollars a month extra.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Listen, the economy is not going back to how it was before. Remember how quickly it all went bad? First, it was inflation, then another housing market bubble. Banks started crashing, and now the Fed is laying the groundwork for a digital currency. Do you see it yet? Your money is being attacked from almost every angle. So at this point, you could bury your head in the sand and pretend everything will get better, or take advantage of this opportunity to protect your wealth while you still can. So write this down, because you'll not only get the chance to protect your retirement savings now, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver from Sean Hannity's partner Goldco. You heard right, $10,000 in free silver from Goldco when you call 855-815-GOLD. So don't miss what could be your best opportunity to protect your retirement savings today. Call 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have low pressure and some moist air moving into the desert southwest, so we could get some showers and thunderstorms today. A few of those thunderstorms might be severe with hail and damaging wind and maybe some heavy rainfall. Today's high about 80 with that cloud cover. Showers and thunderstorms expected overnight down to the low 60s. Then on Tuesday, things get a little bit nicer. Mix of sunshine and clouds and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Business sentiment among major Japanese manufacturers improved July to September for the second straight quarter.
The Bank of Japan's quarterly survey measured business sentiment among major manufacturers at +9. That's up from +5 in June. Sentiment among major non-manufacturers rose 4 points to +27 in the sixth consecutive quarter of improvement, and the most positive result in about 3 decades.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House. Tesla delivered 27% more vehicles in the third quarter compared to a year ago, but still missing analyst expectations. Coming off the worst month of the year so far, Wall Street mixed at mid-morning. The markets are anticipating a slew of employment data later in the week. Reports due on job openings, layoffs, and the comprehensive monthly jobs report is due out on Friday. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Hey, Roswell! Rides Amusements is back at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, now through October 7th. Ride the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and new this year, Zero Gravity. For the kids, lots of rides too. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Tuesday, October 3rd, it's Ride 'em Cowboy! Pay just $25 and you get in the gate, plus you get unlimited rides for the carnival. Rides Amusements, family fun for 61 years.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. The time to trade up is now at Roswell Ford. Because now through the end of the month, Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And with a lot full of amazing deals, you can trade up and save big. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select new Ford models. With a job bringing home just $3.99 a week, Roswell Ford's aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even with bad credit or no credit. Check out a special edition Ford F-150 Raptor R, a 75th anniversary crew cab 4x4, a 2023 Ford Raptor Bronco, 2023 Ford F-150 Platinum Edition, and the new 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor. Now is the time to trade up. Head for Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell. Time for the 2023 Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th, and that means a week of great entertainment for the whole family. It all kicks off on Fair Day Monday with Anthony the Piano Man. Tuesday is DJ Day with music all day long. Wednesday at 7, don't miss Austin Van.
Driving me out of your mind.
Thursday night, catch Brian Mars at 5.
I'm having fun this tequila summer.
The I-10 Band at 7, and Selena Forever at 9.
I'll be dreaming of you tonight.
Friday night, it's JD Cox at 5, the Memphis Band at 7,
On the Memphis train.
and the Garth Guy Show at 9.
On the road.
Then on Saturday, Anthony the Piano Man kicks off the afternoon at 2 p.m. Then Tejano Night with Conjunto Ruinseñor at 5, El Clan Lagunero at 7, and La Zona X at 9. Best of all, it's all free with your admission to the fair. More info at enmsf.com. The Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th. 101's gonna be a lot of fun. At paid for by Roswell.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF. Or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
If you or someone you love is dealing with addiction, it's time to stop suffering and start celebrating recovery. Celebrate Recovery is a program designed to guide you step by step through the process of breaking free from your hurts, habits, and hang-ups and find hope and strength in recovery. A new cycle of step studies begins Monday, October 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road in Roswell. If you want more information, call 575-623-5438 or come by Celebrate Recovery at Grace Community Church, 935 West Mescalero Road, every Friday night beginning at 5.
Let's face it, guys, we're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's Aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
It's time for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, October 2nd through the 7th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds in Roswell. Join KSVPTV.com for wall-to-wall coverage of the livestock events at this year's fair, from meat goats to dairy heifers and everything in between. KSVPTV.com is your home for livestock shows and sale coverage at this year's Eastern New Mexico State Fair. For a complete listing and schedule of the shows, log on to enmsf.com. And for live and on-demand coverage of the livestock shows and sale, head for KSVPTV.com.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:50. Got a few minutes here before we are kicked off the radio for today. Hey, Vitalant has 2 different blood drives happening this week here in Roswell. If you are able to and like to give the gift of life by donating blood, you will have 2 opportunities here in Roswell this week. The first one will be tomorrow, October 3rd. They're going to have the Bloodmobile at 400 Penn Plaza, the big, nice Wells Fargo building downtown here. That will be from 9 a.m. until noon tomorrow at 400 Penn Plaza. If you are not available tomorrow, they'll have another blood drive at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center in the Mesquite Room this Friday, the 6th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you would like to schedule an appointment for either one of these or another event, you can reach out and call Vitalant at 575-625-9743. Again, that's 575-625-9743. And sign up there. Let's see. Tomorrow, they're also going to be in Carlsbad for folks in that area at the Carlsbad Chevron in the conference room. That's an early one from 6:30 in the morning to 10:30 tomorrow. Again, you can call that same number, 575-625-9743. They'll also be, for folks in Carlsbad, next Tuesday, the 10th. They're going to be at United Way of Eddy County in the gym there from 11 until 3. If you can't make it this week to here in Roswell, their next Roswell blood drive outside of this week will be will be not next Tuesday, but 2 Tuesdays from now on the 17th at the Vitalant office from 11 to 4 p.m. So you can donate there. Again, to get an appointment or have any questions about donating blood or any of that stuff, reach out to Vitalant, 575-625-9743. They can get you, tell you when you call it, and if you want to pre-register and all that, or if you're a regular and you're already kind of registered, you just show up and do your thing. But if you haven't done it before, they can walk you through on getting set up and registered. It's really great because you generally get other health screening information while you donate blood. So if you don't know your blood type, you will know first time you donate blood. But they also, a lot of times, will do screenings for some other stuff too. I know during COVID they were doing a lot of the platelet stuff. So it's healthy for you too to donate blood, and it's easy. I mean, it's really the easiest thing you can do to help people. That really is the minimal effort on your part. You just show up, roll up your sleeve, and lay there and let them take some blood at you, and then they pump you up with juice and cookies and stuff and send you on your way, and you've just saved a life. So it's really great. And they usually tell you a thing like a week later, hey, your blood was used here. So it's really nice. It gives you the warm fuzzies, and you really are doing a great thing, and you get to see the results firsthand. So if you'd like to help and looking for a way, donate blood. Great way. Reach out to Vitalant, 575-625-9743. If you missed any part of our show, you can always check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. We replayed an interview in the 7 o'clock hour. We had Sheriff Mike Harrington and Sergeant Isaac Nava join us on Friday from the Chaves County Sheriff's Department, and had a great conversation with them. In the 8 o'clock hour, we had the folks from the Roswell Flute Ensemble, Ricardo, Brittany, and Rebecca. And we had a fun conversation just talking about the flute ensemble, and they're looking for new members and all kinds, and they're looking for gigs. So if you or your organization has an event and you think the Roswell Flute Ensemble would be a nice addition to it, they're always looking for opportunities. So go back and check that interview out. And then, of course, we just replayed our interview with the folks from Grace Community Church talking about Family Fest, which is October 28th and 29th, Saturday and Sunday out at Grace Community Church. I kept figuring out, I couldn't wrap around in my head. It was Friday, Saturday, but Saturday, Sunday. Go to RoswellFamilyFest.com for more information there. They're looking for sponsors, volunteers, and everything. And, of course, mark it on your calendar for coming out for the weekend there, the 28th and 29th. So that's what we covered in today's show. I do want to remind you that at the end of the week of the fair, Friday and Saturday are the Pecos Valley Stampede Ranch Rodeo.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie. I'm a bigger fan of ranch rodeo than I am of like bull riding.
I agree. There is the bulls, the blood, the dust, the mud, and the roar of the Sunday crowd, but then there's also wild cow milking and trailer loading.
Yeah. Well, and if you've never seen one before, it's more of a rodeo for cowboys that simulate more of the work that they do on a ranch. So it's not them just chasing a bull around or whatever. It's like Sean said, wild cow milking and trailer loading and that kind of stuff. So
hay baling, I think they do.
Yeah, there's several of them. And then, of course, they're going to have the mutton busting and calf scramble and mini bull riding, too. So, but it's Friday evening, starting at 6 p.m. Friday. And then Saturday, they'll be the main events will start at 6, and then they'll have the qualifiers and all that stuff during the day. So it's going to be 2 full days of ranch rodeo. By the way, your admission into the fair gets you into either ranch rodeo day. So when you and by the way, if you're going out just for the rodeo, park in the main entrance.
Yes, for sure.
The only people that get to park at the rodeo entrance are rodeo participants.
Rodeoers.
So unless you're riding something or roping something in the rodeo, you are not going to park over there.
Again, in the rodeo.
Then
what you do on your time, that's your business.
So you will get into the parking lot, the main fair parking lot, go through the main entrance, and then come in early or come in and hang out afterwards and enjoy the concerts and rides and all the other fairs.
I encourage you to take full advantage of that ticket to the fair. You paid hard-earned, God's green money to get into that fair. So go to the commercial building, go to the educational building, go to the train building and say hey to Gene. He's going to be basically living there for the next week.
Yeah, our boss will put on his railroad hat all week, so he's going to be in there blowing the whistle and doing all that stuff.
It's always entertaining to me, the things that get Gene's fancy. It's like funny birds and model trains. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, you should definitely come by and check out the model train setup this year because I mean every year it's always great.
It is.
But this year I've sort of had like a sort of back passenger seat.
You've seen the stories behind the stories?
All of the different things that have been set up. There's a few new things in the train setup this year.
Yeah,
a few new dreams have been realized.
Yeah, nice.
And
so, see if you can spot them.
I think that Gene he spends his non-radio time just like watching YouTube videos, picking up tips and tricks on like things he can do.
He's all about the train. Yeah, so come see the fruit of their efforts this week. Yeah, the model railroad guys they've been hot and heavy. We're getting ready for the fair.
Bonus points if you go up to the window, duck just underneath it, and come up with a King Friday puppet.
Well, shoot, hit all the favorites. Do the canoer, do the escalator and elevator, do the whole.
Yeah.
Do them all.
Great.
Hit the whole.
And there's actually stairs. You have stairs. You can do the thing.
You know, if you need inspiration, go watch some old episodes of Three's Company with Jack Tripper and the couch. Usually he's done about 20 of those with the canoeing, with the elevator, the escalator.
Watch any good, solid episode of Mr. Bean and just mimic that. Do what he do.
Pop out for lunch. One of my favorite. To this day, it's still my favorite one. I don't know why. It just is. But the one where he goes to park to eat his little sardine sandwich, and he's got the jar of fish, and he's like... That makes me laugh so hard. We got the jar water with like the 3 little fish, and then he smacks it on the bench and listens for it, and puts it on the sandwich. That makes me laugh.
I'm gonna kill this thing first.
And then the guy's looking at him all weird. He just looks at him and goes, "Popped out for lunch." It's like my favorite one.
If you've never seen the clip where Mr. Bean goes to the beach,
that's a great one.
It is one. It's a classic.
That
of course,
to me, it's not funny. It's impressive.
It's incredibly impressive.
I watch it, entertained by. And when he's done, you think you can do it, and he can't.
He really cannot. There's no way. For those who don't know, he basically changes from a regular clothes into a full-fledged bathing suit in just like on the beach.
Yeah, he put the swimsuit over his regular suit and managed to get the regular suit off without taking the swimsuit off.
It's a feat
because there was no public place to change.
If there's not a few jump cuts in that episode, I'll eat my hat.
It's all one shot, I think. I got to look at it again, but I think it's all one shot.
If it's one take, I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
Rowan Atkinson, you are the man.
Yeah, it was because I think he's done that bit a couple like he's good at it. Like he's skilled at doing this bit, so he's done it like in specials and other things too. But it's on film on the Mr. Bean, that beach episode.
What's so funny is I grew up watching Mr. Bean thinking, oh, this guy's he's like a comedic legend. He's been doing this for decades. He's been in the business for eons. That was like literally the first thing out of the gate he did with his career was Mr. Bean. And he launched himself into the stardom beyond that.
Even in Britain before he
did
came here?
He did a few things for like BBC and stuff.
Yeah.
But when he got Bean, it was very early in his career.
But he was still kind of big in Britain before we even knew of Bean and all that here.
So. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson definitely had a few things.
Yeah. All right, we got to go. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back bright and early. Take care, everybody.